Well, hello, and welcome to the AFC Palace. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is a live watch along tonight, so it's a little bit late. I'm a little bit busy today. It's a late watch along for the concluding of all the matches of this weekend. Of course, today is the 16th of December, but it's Bournemouth versus West Ham United, and it's 0-0. It's half time at the moment, and the post has been hit, the crossbar. Woodwork has been hit at either side, and but it's 0-0, and pressure on, of course, on the West Ham United manager. I mean, really, is there any Premier League manager that hasn't got pressure? I mean, like real talk. I think they're all under pressure, so they all know what it's all about, I suppose. But yes, please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C Palace. In the content, I've put in the lineups. And in the description I put in the lineups. And good evening, Steve. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're keeping okay out there. I'm a little bit late today, very late today. Thank you for dropping in, Steve. I appreciate it. I hope you are okay. Actually, that reminds me, I haven't got the match up yet. I'm going to do this. Let me just put this on so the match doesn't come up. Hold on, let me just try and get this up first here. Well, I hope the volume doesn't. So I've got to do. Just trying to get the match up on commentary here, and no, that's not doing anything there. So how do I do the? Right, let me just check on here because that's not working there. Okay, try again. Good evening, Steve. Thank you, anyone else that's tuned in there. I'm just trying to get the match coming up. I think they're still on half time at the Vitality Stadium, of course, at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are very well. I mean, we all know what they did to Manchester City, and sort of, I think that kind of set a trend for other teams to play against City. Very, very patient in the build-up play. I've had, as a Palace fan, definitely nightmares watching them come to Selhurst Park. I can't lie, and it's let me just get this there for a moment. Oh, that's okay there. No, I don't think I should put that there. Actually, let me put this over it. Just get myself set up here. I'm coming to the chat in a moment. Just come in a sec. Oh no, that's going to fall over there. Where do I put this in? It's not working. Oh, that's going to fall over. Right, I'll leave it there. Right, that it'll have to do. It'll have to be there. Okay. Right. It's hold on, let me just see if I can get the lineup here. Not the lineup, the match. Is it there? Oh, I better put the Jesus, I put the headphones. Is this sound okay? It looks like it's okay. What I've found out is that if you plug in the earphones, sort of before you actually go live, it messes up the sound somehow. So let me see if I've got the I'm coming to you, Steve, just making sure you guys can't hear the live stream. The live yeah, that seems to be okay. All right, let that go. Yeah, it's half time still. Bournemouth 0, West Ham United 0. Match needs a match. I can hear. You can hear it. Oh, thanks, Steve. Yeah, no, I've learned that from the last time. And also I found that if you use the earplugs on the computer, but then if you live stream and then you disconnect the Bluetooth to the earphones, then you can't recover the sound. That's what happened to me last time. It's a madness, or maybe it's just a device that I'm using. I don't know. Right. Big up to you, Steve. I got 2 scores yesterday. Oh, you got a few right. I actually got too many wrong last time on Saturday and Sunday. I can't lie. I got 2 scores yesterday. Kilman 1, Hearts 0. Shakhtar Donetsk losing 1-0. Ah, so you got those 2 right. This is what I mean. You're pretty good at it. I'm sometimes pretty good at the Scottish Premiership. I can't lie. Took a risk because Shakhtar don't lose many in Ukraine League. They gave Toulouse some points and some to the top teams. So so they're one of those sides that they do all right with like other teams around them, and then they do get results off the top teams. So I have heard of Shakhtar in the European football back in the day. I'm sure they've been. I've heard them. Not of course against Crystal Palace, but certainly I have heard of that team in Europe. I'm not sure who they played against, but the name does ring a bell. My prediction here today is 0-0 Bournemouth. Well, you're not far off there, Steve. They have started. They have kicked off in the second half. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're new. And your prediction is Bournemouth and West Ham, nil. Time if it needs. It could still be good games with many chances. I think sometimes, you know what, with all the weekend fixtures, sometimes you do one match, it just ends up, it's going to be a 0-0 or a 1-1. And there's a nice little curling shot there nearly in the back corner there. Fabianski, a very good West Ham goalkeeper. He's a good goalkeeper, I reckon. I've seen him live play against my Palace. Total presence in his goal. Very professional. And but yeah, they're in sort of a little bit of dire straits. Any team they're in the bottom 10, and they're trying to get some consistency in their results. And so it's one of those, I suppose. Right, let me try and get it. Oh, Kluivert! That's a very good set piece move there. Right, let me just try and see if I can get it off here as well. If I can get this range. Just coming, people. Just trying to get the that's Bournemouth, isn't it? Bournemouth. Here we go. Let's see if I can get that go. Oh, you. Right, that didn't work. Yep, here we go. Here we go. Got the match. I'm a little bit behind on mine. You know what? I'm going to take that one off and I'm going to use this one. I've gone back to how it was before, Steve, because last time oh no. Hold on a minute. Right, that's better. I've gone back to how it used to be because I kind of mixed up the earpieces with the computer, and that messed up my microphone. If it weren't for you, I would have been talking along there like a muppet. And no one been able to hear me. Oh, I've lost the stream again. Oh, I'm having one of those. That'll teach me for being late, I suppose. But it's still 0-0 here. At the Vitality Stadium between Bournemouth versus West Ham. And it's one of those that what's going on with the signal with this? My Wi-Fi. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi or the. No, that's not working. Just coming to the chat. I'm coming. Oh, here we go. Still 0-0. I don't know if it's my Wi-Fi, my connection. And oh no, he's back in the house. Big up to you, ST, and you can hear coming as a cowboy and a vicar typically people. Listen, the Palace fans, we are red and blue. Look what we done to Brighton yesterday. I came just the reason I was late. I come out and starting the live stream at half time. I was out there having a little canter on my horse out there. At the beginning of the season, I have to say, it was a little donkey. I was on, you know what I mean. But it is what it is, yeah. You're lonely. You're of course you're a Chelsea bread and buttered football fan, ST, and Trevor Chavila. I'll put him as man of the match. You can see that the man is now fully fit in match fitness and the experience how he defended for us in the first half. Of course, our goalkeeper also kept us in the game, but absolutely. Oh, hello. Fabianski there, very busy there, goalkeeper in this match between Bournemouth and West Ham, and but that should be a free kick. But yeah, no, definitely pleased with that. Absolutely, it's not just the way, it's not the fact that we beat Brighton, but the way they done it. The away fans were absolutely amazing. I could hear them, and big up to you, Steve. Let me just hear this down. So, Palace on 16 points. Yeah, I'm happy because as a personal Palace fan, I will read that the full sentence, but they oh actually maybe what you're supposed to see. I don't know, not professional. I'll read it out first and then I'll go back to it. Palace on 16 points ahead of Ipswich, Everton, Leicester. Arsenal need to be on the very best, especially on Saturday. Palace won't be push up. Yeah, I agree. The momentum absolutely spot on. It's London Derby where they're lucky 1-0 for the Palace. Yeah, listen, I'm hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I'm hopeful that Eddie and Ketia. The only down thing that we've had is that Daniel Munoz, the Colombian international, he plays down our left flank, and he's picked up too many yellow cards, and he's not available for the cup game, and he's also not available for the Saturday fixture. Yeah, he's a starter for Oliver Glasner. So, but no, there you go. So the people will have to step in, and yeah. Oh, you forgotten Trevor Chavalot. No, I was happy when we signed him out. I was happy. Um, I don't know how much he's on as a loanee, but what I thought would be good of him was with the experience, because I'm pretty sure, I keep saying it, I was supposed to check it, but I know he's won the Champions League with your Chelsea, but I'm pretty sure he's won the Champions League with somebody else. And I keep saying that and I keep forgetting to check it out, and that's really bad. But he's an experienced football player, and now it's showing on the pitch and playing alongside there with Maximum Lacroix there. It's absolutely brilliant to see him there, and of course Uncle Mark Gahey there, who can't stop scoring own goals. Please, Mark Gahey, if you're watching, please stop scoring own goals. It's not good for the heart. It's not good for the heart. And so that absolutely spot on there, Steve. I'm looking forward to the fixtures against Arsenal. Yeah, it's a good time. I wouldn't have said that a month ago or over a month ago as a Palace fan, because we were just trying to get momentum and results. And there you go. If Palace beaten us twice, they'll be yeah, absolutely. Consistency is key. And I think what just a spin, I'm gonna have a little drink. It's Kluivert there jumping up for the ball there. But no, what happens is that Oliver Glasner, what he's done is he's introduced, of course, a different style of football at Crystal Palace, from just playing a 4-4-2. A different completely approach to how you do the transition from defense to attack, or vice versa. The players, it's very similar, I think, what Ruben Amorim is doing at Manchester United in that respect. So the players have had to adapt to that, given the fact that we've had players leaving, very experienced players like Joachim Anderson, Michael Lisa, just to name a few, and also Jordan Ayew, stuff like that. So and we've had injuries. But let's to say that he's had to adapt it, but he's got them ticking and fighting for each other. And you can sense that, you can see that, even though we weren't picking up the 3 points prior to Brighton. Of course, we did get that 3 points against the Tractor Boys at Ipswich, our first away win of the season. So it's one of those. So I'm glad that we got Trevor Chabala from Chelsea. Big up to you, Steve, and I hope you've been doing well as well there. If Palace beat Arsenal twice, I've read that. Have I not? Yeah, if Palace, it's been a long day. It's been a long day. Oh, hello. Wait a minute. On the left-hand side here, there's an attack. Oh! Oh, my days, just off the 6-yard here. It's gone to a corner now. West Ham are in trouble. I think if West Ham concede, I can't see them scoring. I think for West Ham to get 3 points, or just don't let if Bournemouth get score there at home. I don't think West Ham will go back and get and beat them. Quite frankly, anyway, that's just my thought on it. If Palace beat, I've done it again. I've done the one that I've read already. Oh my days. Anyway, I'll read it again just to annoy everyone out there. If Palace beat Arsenal twice, it sounds good actually. You know, if they're going to do it, Steve, they will believe that they can go on a very good run. I hope so. I hope Oliver Glasgow can move the momentum, even though we're playing without Daniel Munoz because he's suspended. And ST, what do you mean we can have him for 100 mil? Listen, don't get me going with it. This is how it is with Chelsea. This is what it is with Chelsea fans out there. Every single Chelsea fan out there, what they do is they want to bring in players, as I say, poach a player here, poach one over there, crack a shell there, crack another shell. Oh, the far post there. Anyway, and they want to get a nice little low cut deal. They all these Chelsea fans, they all want 10 or 20% off the real deals, evaluation of the player. Never mind the the little brown envelope that goes to the agent and who knows who else. This is how, I mean, I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying. And now if we're going to take Trevor Chabala, I think it's not so much the problem of buying him. I think it's just paying his wages in the long term. So, and offering him something that he would want. But it could be that, I mean, not 100 mil. We're not we just Steve Parish and the co-owners there. We're just not in the market to get £100 million players. I know I'm real about it. When we just can't go out there and spend like 60 mil plus on players. The net spend of Crystal Palace just doesn't go. That's beyond our ceiling. I'll settle for 25 mil. Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose it all depends because Chelsea are the ones that have managed to. I don't think they're allowed to do that, but but what they're doing is they do those long contracts. So I don't know how long. I should really know as a Palace fan, but I don't. How long the Trevor Chabala contract is with Chelsea, and how they might approach that towards the end of the season. But we do good business with Chelsea. And of course, we've had Conor Gallagher before. He helped us get to the Wembley. Of course, when it came to that semi-final, the jamminess of Chelsea. I said it and I'll say it again. The jamminess of Chelsea. We weren't allowed to play their player, Conor Gallagher, when Patrick Vieira took us to Wembley. Well, there you go. It is what it is. And so it was one of those. So we have had some good dealings with Chelsea. I think it depends on two things: is where he is in his chapters of career wise, and he's settling in well at Palace, but also so it's whether his career fits for him, and also it's got to be right for Palace. I know we can't spend 100 mil, which we're just not in that. Having said that, if Ebrieze does go and we do lose the likes of Margay in the same transfer window, which I just hope I haven't jinxed it. Oh my God, let me touch a bit of wood. There's a chair there. And I swear, if they go anywhere near Chelsea, and don't even suggest it, ST, swap there with Chelsea. Oh my days, look into my eye. That's gonna ruin my afternoon now, or evening, I should say. No, you're not swapping Trevor with no. Don't go there. Don't do any swaps. We're not doing any swaps with Chelsea. Cash money, big money. That's what I want to see. I want to see Chelsea. It's not Marina there now, is it? It's somebody else. I don't know who runs the joint there with respect to football deals at Chelsea, and they need to get to Selhurst Park knock on wood, with bags and bags of £50 notes, bags of money. None of these swap deals. Since big up to Steve. It's still 0-0, coming up to about 16 minutes here between Bournemouth and West Ham. Fabianski is like literally the man who's seen most of the ball, who's touched most of the ball from both sides. Like literally from the little bit that I saw in the first half and in the second half. I mean, the guy's like, he should be given a pay increase for the amount of a lot of anxiety there, of course, on the West Ham United boss, Julian Lopetegui. There's a lot of pressure on there. They did spend a lot, I do believe, in the pre-season transfer window. A lot of their new players started against us in America when we had that competition, and we won that cup. Since you did leave the stream later on in the day, this will probably be a shorter live stream than yes. Yes, Steve, it will be. I'm only halfway in. The only way I decided is because once I made the time for it, but also in the sense that I was kind of thought there might be a few goals in this because I guess both sides are just not wanting to make mistakes. Of course, West Ham United need to climb up further up. As a Palace fan, I'd like for West Ham United to drop points, I suppose, because where's the table? I know we're 16th. No, we're 15th. Oh, yeah, they're right above us. So, oh, no, wait a minute. West Ham are just above us. Yeah. So, yeah, I'd want West Ham to drop points. And then the next target will be Manchester United. My Crystal Palace are going to finish above Manchester United easily this season. Easily. I'm saying that with chest, real talk. Hope I haven't upset any Manchester United fans out there. But that's how it is. Come on, I'm a Palace fan. I'm there to annoy people. Big up to Penny, the guy there, staying up there, not dropping over. Anyway, since you, should be a shorter one. I'm looking forward to Bath Atletico. Are they playing today? No way. Oh, no, sorry, I'm going ahead of you. I'm looking forward to Barcelona Atletico. Barcelona losing. Just recently, Atletico, I see Atletico winning, and Rangers have. This must be in the in European football, isn't it? Dundee on Saturday, and Celtic have Dundee United. I think Dundee United are mid Scottish Premiership. I'm sure of it. On Sunday, is Glasgow being Dundee in 2 days in a row. Ooh. Oh, so they're playing their Dundee are. Yeah, they've got 2 following games. It's like similar to how Palace has got 2 games with Arsenal this week. It's I don't know. I sometimes I wonder when we have those sort of oh my god, they're getting close there. 1 minute, and I tell you what, sometimes they when you have 2 games, one after the other with the same side, I think it kind of goes. It kind of counters again. Oh my god! Thank you very much, ST. What you like? Happy birthday, Steph. Thank you very much. That's a massive one. I don't know how to react to that. Do I press on that? Can I press on that? Oh, yes, I have. I think I've pressed the heart there. Thank you very much, ST. ST says with a massive. I don't think I've ever had a 5. I can't. ST was the very first person to ever do me a super chat. Do you want me to do some salsa dancing here? Listen, it's coming up, mate. It's coming up. But believe me, if you go any higher, I'm not going to bring a pole and start swinging around. I don't know what you're into, pal or ma'am. God. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. I don't know if I'll get in trouble. But big up to STE. Steve, I will come out to your chat there. I know I'm going to finish with Steve there because I'm deviating away from the dance. I will do the dance. It's coming up, but I'm going to concentrate on Steve. Oh my days! And it's Steve says that Steve Morrissey says Karabakh win 5-0 today. Now, there's other matches. I've got to go and check out the other matches. If there is, I didn't realize there was other matches. I thought it was just only one Premier League and not so much elsewhere. But Karabakh win 5-0 today. Now they're top of the league by 2 points and one game in one hand. So that means they've if they make mistakes, they should they can recover if their opponents are coming close to them in their league. Bournemouth should have scored. Yeah, I mean, I think Bournemouth should have at least scored one or two in the whole of the first or the second half. I mean, certainly both sides have hit the woodwork. And quickly, ST says before the super chat, lol, no, I was joking. What? Probably real values is around 17 mil. Oh, right. So you think that is his value, 17 mil? I don't know. I think it all depends on where they are in their contract, I suppose, isn't it? If they're nearer to the end of the contract, if they've only got like a year or a year and a half, I think obviously at the end of the season, if they're only on the last year or if they're out of contract, I will. You know what? I'm actually intrigued with that because that's a player that I wouldn't mind if he jumps ship and if he can come over. Question is, can Palace afford the wages for 2 or 3 years? Oh my God! Oh, good defending there, and so it's about that. So I think it's a combination where the player is in his contract, where he is in his chapter as a career. Is it a good option? It has to be right for the player. If it's not right for the player, it's not going to work, is it? And then third of all, it has to be of interest, of course, for the club that he represents at the moment, which of course is Chelsea, and their interest. And it's also got to be a good win financially if he comes over to Crystal Palace. But of course, Crystal Palace needs to be in the Premier League. I'm sure we will stay in the Premier League, but if we're anywhere near the bottom or ducking and diving there in the bottom three, you wouldn't blame him not to not sign, I suppose. But if you're thinking 70 mil, yeah, don't think they'll play for Chelsea. Oh, you don't think? Well, I think it's a well, you know, the way Chelsea are playing right now. But the thing is, Chelsea don't really need to defend now. The way they attack, the combination of Mudryk, Cole Palmer, and Jadon Sancho on that left-hand side. And then if you switch it to the other side, if you've got options there, it's Cucurella that's causing you lot problems. He doesn't need to do what he needs to do. He's a very experienced player, and he doesn't need to do this for Chelsea again, Baguehi, yes, I see him. Yes, I would say so. Baguehi's still got heart wounds when you lot shut the door on them. You know what I mean? Back in the day, Chelsea, that's how they were poaching players back in the day, ruining careers, telling these young teenagers that they weren't good enough. They slammed the door on Mark Gahey. They slammed the door on. Yes, that's right. I'm saying it again. On Mark Gahey back in the day, they slammed the door on Michael Olise, and they slammed the door on Ebrieze, and then they chucked him underneath the bus, the 23 bus outside. Real talk. That's how jamming as the Chelsea were back in their transfer. But they were shrewing their transfer. But I can moan all I like, and they can moan all they like. But as I say, if you go into the shop at if you walk along the shed end in front of the Stamford Bridge, there's a shop for the souvenirs and stuff. That it's not really a shop; it's like a supermarket. Oh my God, it's got 2 floors. It's like a supermarket compared to what we got ourselves. But that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And if you go in there as a Chelsea fan, if you go in there, it's upstairs. They've got a cabin, and you can see all the trophies. So they have done well with the trophies. I can't lie. But then here it comes, the ST with his 4.99. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And the man is going on about do your birthday dance. Listen, mate, what do you think? This is like a performing. I'm an eagle. I'm not going to do. I don't know how to do a dance sitting down. I can't do it. I don't know. Am I allowed to like it? He won't let me like it. How do I go? How do I like it? It won't. I'm clicking on the like thing, but it won't let me. Oh, I think I know how to do it. I'm not avoiding the dodds. I will do it since you asked, but I'm not a performing what do you call those animals that come off the swimming pool and they go um I can't remember the name of the blooming of the animal. A seal. I'm not a performing seal, you know. I'm an eagle. Um Unbelievable. I'm coming. Just a minute. How do I? So then I suppose I've got to go into my own channel. I just want to like the super chat that he did, but because he won't let me do it on the mouse, or maybe I just don't know how to do it, or maybe my Bluetooth on this mouse is just playing up. How do I go? So let's go into there, go into the live thing. Oh Lord, I'm getting all sorts of adverts. That's annoying. There, I've dropped a like on it. Thank you very much, STE, and the man is asking, or the lady's asking for a dance. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What kind of dance do you want? Do you want a bit of salsa? Is that what you want? Oh, that's probably looking a bit like Trump, I suppose. It's a little bit hard to do a dance sitting down. How do you do this? I know you're telling everybody in the chat saying this stuff. Big up to Demo1168. He's still buzzing with that face. Big up to that face. Absolute legend. And he's thinking it's my birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's not my birthday. Listen, you try to put when you get to my age and you get grey hairs coming out of places where you're like, oh my days, look into my eye. Real talk, real talk. You don't want to add another year. STE is adding another year to my birthday, and that's absolute scenes. I mean, I've got but he wants me to do a dance. I don't know, a little but this kind of sounds like maybe I'm just like on a roller coaster on a train here. So I don't think that's really dancing. I'm gonna get told and there you go. They say, yeah, no, I'm not. I can't do um performing seal. Oh, I've just butchered the sound of a seal and not the singer. Oh my days. And now everyone's gonna think that is my birthday. It's not my birthday. What you like? STE. A little how can I do a little well the thing is I can't play music. Can I play music? No, if I play music, I'll get copyrighted. I would just do a trance. A little move to the right. Oh shit! I just done my neck. Ouch! Oh! Nearly they scored. But I'd also nearly just pulled a hamstring there on my neck. Big up to you, Dabo, saying that it's my birthday. And you laughing at me, ST. What you like? What you like? And have oh my god. Adija Harjan, thank you very much. Good evening. Happy birthday. It's ST, it's causing scenes, it's causing trouble. Oh my days. What do I do? How do I do? But I've got to do a dance. It's no, that's I'm doing the Trump dance. I don't know if people are into this. I don't want to bring politics into it. Oh no, I am not. Unbelievable. I don't know how to do it. How can you dance on the without music? I know. I've got my own phone here, so I'll stop the stream. I'm just worried that you guys might hear music, and then I'll get copyrighted. So how do I? If I do just let's put some music. Let's put some music. Oh, you're gonna get me in trouble. You will. A minute. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to put some music in the earpiece, and yeah, I'm just worried that you guys might hear it. Then I'll get in trouble. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Let me put the there you go. So that can you hear that? I hope not. Now, there you go. Right, now that's it. Got a bit of James Brown. Any of you heard Sex Machine? 2, 3, 4. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get on the scene. Get on up. Sex Machine. Get on up. Up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get on the scene. Stay in the sun. Stay in the machine. Stay on up. Stay on up. Scene. Stay in the stay machine. Stay on up. Oh, wait a minute. Check it out. Come on, move. Move yourself. You gotta have to feel it. Show it about. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm gonna get in trouble. I'm back. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get. That's the piano playing there, by the way. So ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Is it still new? It's still new anyway. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Yeah. You wanted to dance ST, so you're getting it. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Get up. Get on up. Right, that's it. And I was starting to swear. I just gave you there a bit of James Brown, Sex Machine. If you know, you know. They don't make it like that anymore. That's the way it is. How do I stop that? Now, real talk, STE. Oh my days. STE, if I get in trouble, I don't think you could hear the music. So, but I had to have the music, otherwise I can't do it. Right, where were we? Thank you very much. Again, ST, thank you very much for the £4.99 super chat. Believe me, doing the hours and the stuff like that, and your response to it, the way you and everybody out there helping the channel, the subscription are going up, and the likes, the views are going up. So thank you very much, ST. And I'm actually knackered there. Right, actually, do you know what? I might have to do that. That's the commando dance. Oh my days. Wait a minute. No, listen, I'm not saying that tomorrow. Listen, I can't get a poll. Oh, actually, there is a bit of a poll. No, listen, back to the football. Oh my days, you're going to get. I'm just hopeful that you didn't hear the sound. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, STE and Damo. Running man. Oh my days. It's worth it. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I might actually do that. Do you know, I'm wondering, that gives me an idea because I can do or create I think it's called an intro. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to put it into the thing anyway, but I think you can do an intro as you open the thing, and maybe that gives me an idea. Do an intro to, for example, to James Brown, the Sex Machine. That's a bad tune. That's a bad tune to dance to, and so that gives me an idea actually. But thank you very much for the chat, super chat. That means a lot. Oh my god. Right. Imagine if you said a 10 and 0. Look into my eye. Oh my days. Right. Back to the football. Oh my days. Oh my days. Oh my days. I've butchered the sound of a seal live on YouTube. And I've tried to do the dance of James Brown to the music of the Sex Machine and sing it along. And I had to think what that would look like. Oh my days! I hope that doesn't get clipped. Oh my days! Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can. Can I actually? I was looking to see if I could put the. No, I tried to do it before, to put a chat on the, like I see it on other channels. Oh, I can pin the message. Where's it going to pin to though? Hold on, let me see if it works. Right, I've not done this before, so here we go. Where's that gone? Oh, I've pinned the wrong one. I'm such a dipstick. I don't know what I've done. But look, I've done something there. I've pinned something there. So, STE, I've pinned your chat. Oh, was it? Yeah, so we have to. Oh, right, so you can do it. So then. Oh, hello. 1 minute. It's coming back to him now. He's got to finish now, surely. Oh, Fabianski is absolute legendary, the West Ham goal. I think that might be a handball there, and Bournemouth might get a penalty. I tell you what, that's Fabianski. That was like everyone just behind the ball there. Oh my days! Right, I'm not sure what I've done there. I've just pinned something, and I don't know, and I've actually pinned the wrong one. So how do I? Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm 10 minutes away. I'm getting my predictions correct. Oh, right. There you go. Big up, Steve. I know you always do. See your team winning 14 titles in a row will be amazing. I'll cover you, Steve. All right. So Steve with a ST and I don't know how to do this. How do I? Oh, I don't know how to unpin it. How do you unpin it then? Oh, yeah, you can unpin it. All right. Okay. Listen, I'm learning something new here. It is still 0-0 between Bournemouth and West Ham. There is action going on. But Fabianski, the West Ham United keeper, is like literally keeping the manager in the job, literally. But I don't know how to do this. So how do I go? How to do it? There you go. Right. So if I put that there, go to channel. No, I can't see how to do it. All right, it doesn't matter anyway. But I'm going to put well, I've learned how you can pin a chat. Oh, so then if it pins it, I wonder if you lot can see it then. Oh, I don't know. I'll give up. But big up to you. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for the comments thus far. Still 0-0 at the Vitality Stadium. Ideally, I want West Ham to drop points because we're nearer to them in the Premier League as a Crystal Palace fan. But Bournemouth, as Steve mentioned on the chat, they should have really gone up 1-0. And it's Wan-Bissaka on the ball. Oh! Oh my God! How did West Ham not score there? Oh my days! It's all like end to end now. Now West Ham nearly scored. Good drive, good forward drive there by Wan-Bissaka. Ah, what a cross! I tell you something, West Ham United nearly nicked it there. Real talk. Big up to you, Steve. RFC. It says Ludogorets is 10 points ahead of second, and fourth place, second on fourth on the same points. If Ludogorets win the league, they will be champions for 14 years in a row. Listen, is it worth really having a league if you like winning the championship 14 years in a row? I mean, who they're playing against? Sort of the local postman team or something? Are they? I mean, you don't even get that on Sunday League football, winning the title for 14 years. But they're Ludogorets. They looks like they're going to win it again. Big up to Dango 118 with his double eyes there. I love that face. Kind of reminds you back in the 80s. I see. I'm gonna get in trouble. But yeah, if you know, you know. Anyway, it's just to be like what people call nowadays trance, I suppose. Anyway, seeing your team win into 14 titles in a row would be amazing. One hard enough. Yeah, I mean, I'd love for my Palace to win the Premier League, to do it Leicester. Yeah, I would love it. I would actually love that. Just the experience, that would be absolutely immense. Find a way to actually keep hold of players. But I'm 10 minutes away from getting all my predictions correct. This is what I mean, Steve. You're very good at the predictions, and I'm not too far behind on there. It's coming to 86 minutes now. Still 0-0 between Bournemouth and West Ham United. VAR looking at something there, and yeah, on the Scottish Premiership, I'm not too bad. I'm thinking of actually doing some more watch-alongs for the, and it's West Ham. Oh, it's a penalty. Oh, I think there's a penalty. Oh, the VAR referee is Chris Kavanagh. Oh, I don't know. He has refereed at myself as Park. I'm not going to say anything. It is what it is. Yes, you're right, Steve. Yes, it is going to be a penalty. I'm a little bit behind at this end. And definitely, yes, big up to you. I'm going to pin that comment. Big up to you. Let me just read that properly. Aditya Maharajan. That's right. Now that I know you can, how'd you do it? How did I do it before? Oh, here it goes. Is that going up to the top? Not too sure where it goes pinning to, but so yes, Palace will win a Premier League before. Yeah, come on, Palace. Definitely, with my lucky hat and my lucky scarf back there. It is a penalty, Steve. You're absolutely right. Oh, right. You don't want to read your score. Your score prediction of 0-0. It might be because some against the run of play. Oh my God, how does things happen? How do things happen like that? The pressure on the West Ham United manager, unbelievable scenes against the run of play. Wan-Bissaka there belting it down the wing, crossing the ball, and he's got his side a penalty because the ball hit somebody's hand. Someone decided to play basketball with it in the penalty area, and the VAR referee, which apparently is Chris Kavanagh, I hope I got that name right, and right in the corner, very confident, well taken penalty by Lucas Paqueta, and West Ham United away are leading 1-0. And Steve is probably fuming because he predicted a 0-0 and is messing up his predictions. Oh, no, it always happens. It always happens. Unbelievable. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. And how do you... I don't know what to do there. Yes, definitely. I can confirm that in the second half here between Bournemouth and West Ham United. Let me have a look. Yeah, I'm kind of on your side there, Steve, because I didn't want West Ham to get 3 points because they're getting away from my Crystal Palace, which are on 15th place. I mean, West Ham United are only 1 point away from Manchester United and Newcastle United, and they're 2 points away from them. I mean, literally, if West Ham United win one more game, they could be on 24 points. Oh, but they've got a very minus goal difference. But they could be up there with between 7th and 9th. It's top of the half. So that's how close it is. But never mind. Never mind other people's results. I hope Crystal Palace men can keep climbing up the Premier League table. How do I... Yeah, I can't put... I think anybody in the chat, I have to use a StreamYard, which I'm not using. And then I can put the comments sort of along the... Oh, how'd you point? Pointed is rude. Along there. Or there might be a way. I haven't been able to figure it out on this studio YouTube thing. Oh! What a goal! What a goal! That could be a contender. A goal for a contender of the month. Oh my days! West Ham United fans out there will be fuming. How do you let that go? You've just won a penalty in the 88th minute, 87 minutes. You've done all that work defending, not conceding. You win yourself a penalty. You're 87 minutes, and on the 90th minute, you allow a space to the Bournemouth player there, Unal there. What a strike! Oh my days, absolute seeds. It's still a draw. Steve, you said you wanted a draw. It's still a draw. So, I don't know if you went for a 1-1 or a 0-0. I think you said it was 0-0. But that's a draw. A draw's a draw. So your prediction is still good. And we've got a minimum of, I think they're saying 8 minutes here, the fourth official. Excuse me. Right, I'm going to pour myself a drink. I'm a bit thirsty after dancing so much. But, oh, 1 minute. I'm actually going to do that. I might do a little bit. I can't believe that. West Ham United fans out there, you've done all that work against a very good Bournemouth side, and you get yourself a penalty. You score the penalty. All you got to do is see the match out. And I'm just getting some drink here. Oh, unbelievable. 8 minutes of minimal of additional extra time. Where did they get that from? Or maybe I was too busy dancing to James Brown, the Sex Machine. Please keep hitting the likes and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you are new. Oh, what's going on here? Forward ball by Ouattara here. Oh! It goes into the area now for Bournemouth. Is a corner. We're in stoppage time now. Oh, no. If Bournemouth, I tell you something, if Bournemouth now score a winner in added extra time, I think the West Ham United manager he'd be like, what do you have to do? What do you have to do? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. After doing all that work and then letting winning a penalty, scoring a penalty, and then letting nose over the bar. So West Ham survived there. Still 1-1. Unbelievable. Unbelievable scenes. Right, let me just unpin that. I'm not sure when you pin something, where it goes. I'll have to watch it back on the playback. So if I go to unpin, it's unpinned. I'm going to pin this one now. At my end, it just goes to the top. How can I not pin? Oh, there it is. That's another one there I can pin. So there, I've pinned that one. It's a goal. And so I have no idea where it's gone. So I presume you lot can see it at the top. And it's still 1-1. Imagine that. Oh, hello. Oh, my days. I tell you what, how can West Ham have bottled that? Winning a penalty right at the end, and then they concede a goal on 90 minutes. Good evening, James Stone. Take my hat off to you. Shalom to you. Shalom. And I hope you are well. Unbelievable scenes. I can't believe that. Oh no, just seen a replay of that. Oh my days. Imagine that. Winning a penalty, scoring the penalty, and then allowing Bournemouth to just have that amount of room. About 25, 27 yards out. Oh, and Fabianski. No one gave any help for Fabianski, the West Ham United goalkeeper. And it's just one of those goals, those equalising goals. And anything can happen now. I tell you something, if West Ham bottle it now and don't come away with any points, I tell you. Oh, right. Bournemouth are playing Manchester United, and I think West Ham have got Brighton. I think I've got that the right way around. So some of them are on yellow cards, so they have to be careful here. But Wan-Bissaka played very well there for West Ham United, making that cross and winning that penalty for West Ham United. And then, of course, Lucas Paqueta scoring that penalty. But then, how can you're going to go like less than 5 minutes. And this is Brooks now bringing the ball down in the penalty area. Oh, was it at the corner? This last 10 minutes, or I should say last 8 minutes of minimal extra time, it's just an absolute madness. I don't understand why they've taken Wan-Bissaka off, but I think he must be just run himself into the ground. There was a substitution. Kinsey came on for Wan-Bissaka. And what an ending to this Premier League fixture. What an ending to this weekend's fixtures. And Steve correctly said that it was going to be a 1-1. No, or 0-0, but definitely a draw, and he's got it right. Cook bringing the ball in there. Tyler Adams with the ball. Oh, Christie on the ball. Absolutely sees anything can happen. Anything can happen, but I think West Ham are resolute to just see it out to a draw. They don't want to lose this after going ahead and like literally at the end of the match. Summerville there. Oh, he's lost it on the turn there. Oh, they've got the ball back now. Unbelievable. James Stone, I'll take a draw. Keep the Oh! I can't believe you typed that. I don't know. I'm not going to say that. Get them instead. The Shammers in the relegation. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. What you like? Yeah, definitely. Some freaky. Absolutely. But I'll tell you something. Yeah, it's a beautiful strike. That's going to be a contender for the month. Surely it might be creeping for the season as well. That's one of those that's going to get clipped and spent around there. This is like end to end. It's like a basketball match. There is no anything can happen here. It's end to end now. Kerkez with the ball. He's gone wide now. Oh, why didn't he square it? He had like 3 people lined up to pass the ball to. But they're knackered at this stage of a match. The players are like literally fatigue levels of kicking in. But I'll tell you something, James Stone, Steve, RFC, and anyone else in the chat there. This match has come alive in the last 5 minutes of the 90 minutes, literally. And in extra time, it's like a basketball match. I'm not sure where they got the 8 minutes of additional extra time, but they did. Cook there with the ball over the top. And it's come to an end. Oh my days. Oh my days, it has finished. I'll tell you something. I mean, Jamestown doesn't like the hammers. I was that down to the table. Let's have a butchers. Let's have a little butchers there. West Ham are just on 19 now. And where's Bournemouth? Oh my days, they're all the way up there. That's a big recovery for Bournemouth because they. I mean, how can Wan-Bissaka crossed the ball in and the ball went into the penalty area and a player in, I don't know who it was, but someone decided to put their hands out and start playing basketball. And no, of course, I think it's Chris Kavanagh in the VAR at Stockley Park said, I've got to give it. I've got to give it. I've got to give it. And that's what he did. He gave a penalty to West Ham United. They took the lead in the 87th, 88 minutes. And then Yeah, I've seen them not given. If it's like Palace call on it, we probably wouldn't have got it, especially if we're playing against the likes of Chelsea or Manchester United or Liverpool. We would have got it. Um, yeah, I'm old school. I'm like I'm in your corner there, James Stone. I prefer it just two linos and the referee and invest in them, invest in their training, make sure they don't get into trouble outside when they are not working. If you know, you know what the referees get up to in their own time these days. Anyway, yeah, just the only bit, if you like, that I'm lukewarm with VAR is on the goal line technology, and um, I don't think that will be too expensive. But it's really not really done by the FA. It's all downloaded from, I suppose, from FIFA. I suppose, isn't it? What they do in the World Cup, it filters down to all club level and everything. Um, yeah, VAR. I mean, it's like a penalty shootout. It probably is even worse because you don't know. And yeah, they'll be aggrieved that Bournemouth will be aggrieved that that was given. But then sometimes the officials are put in positions where they say, "Well, look, these are the rules. We're the officiating, and we have to give it." And there's a screen, and there's a replay, and there he goes. So how can we not award it? But then sometimes they don't award them. So it's like, hello, where's your consistency? The way I would have set VRI is if it was 100% computer chip. It's going that way. It's going that way. They are. I think they've introduced in some kind of technology where the decisions are made a lot quicker. None of this nonsense of crayon drawing lines. Yes. All right. Let's be real. Let's be real. If that decision happened in a World Cup final, there'll be comeback on that, as they say in the United States of America, as the Americans say. If that happens up in the World Cup, there'll be a comeback on that because you can't just allow that to be. But because it's like a mid-table or a bottom 10 league game, like it is Bournemouth against West Ham, you won't make the newspaper wrapping tomorrow. Um, Technology is supposed to be there, James Stone, therefore to aid the officiating and the decision and to get the right decision on, because that's what we were all sold on. That the fans, the football fans, the the managers, the coaching staff, the players, we're all sold at saying that when they brought VAR, there's a line. If you're out, you're out. If you're onside, then you're not, and things like that. But now they're using VAR. If someone breaks wind, um, someone has a little smell, and they put a little sensor to it, and if it doesn't smell right, sometimes you get decisions, sometimes you don't get a decision. It's like that. It's like absolutely ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But I have to say that run by Wan-Bissaka, crossing the Bowen, and again before that, Bournemouth were more likely to have scored. They had better chances. If I go to the stats, is there any stats here? It's half really. Shots on target. Bournemouth have had 9, and West Ham United have only had 3 shots on target. It says here. So that tells you a picture, if you like. Bournemouth couldn't get it over the last third there to get it into the net in the 90 minutes. But actually, no, it's not true. In 90 minutes, imagine winning a penalty in the 87th, and that's what happened. And then in the 90th minute, you allow a free kick to be done like that. What a goal there by Unal, and bringing it to 1-1. And in minimal extra time, it was just absolute madness. Absolute madness there. Um, right, let me go back to. How do I go back? Oh, I don't know if it's this mouse or if it's my computer that was just playing up. Arsenal, big up to you, James. Hold on a minute. How do I go back to the? Yeah, that was the scene there. Arsenal Wednesday. I think Palace do a job on Wednesday night. Yeah, I think so because I got a feeling two things. I don't. Um, I kind of keep my eye, not so much on the matches of Arsenal, but there's some content creators on YouTube that do Arsenal content, and there's some that I always still keep an eye on, and you get like the what I call the pulse of real fans actually calling out what the situation is rather than going along with the so-called process of that football club. I hate it when football clubs or managers call it a process. What are you talking about? Just get on with your what you're supposed to be doing there. And if you're talking like a club like Manchester United, if you're talking like a club like Chelsea, I suppose, and a club like Arsenal, that we're talking about Arsenal, then you should be competing in every competition, I would have thought, to lift the damn trophy. And as you pointed there on Wednesday in the quarter final, their cup there, going there, um, I just got a feeling that Mikel Arteta is saying to himself, "I'm saving my players. I'm saving my players for the Champions League." I know the following match is obviously a Premier League, but a top four. Um, it's just basically just if he finishes in top four, let's say Arsenal fans will have him for another season. And based on that, that's what I see from an outside looking into that football club. Um, so, um, on the night, Oliver will be pumped for this. Yeah, I mean, Oliver will be looking to do the consistency of results of mentioned that I have mentioned that earlier on, James, that Daniel Munoz, the Colombian international, he won't be available for the cup game or neither for the evening for the 5:30 kickoff in the Premier League on Saturday at Selhurst Park. So that's not going to help the side, but certainly the players are playing for each other and the players are playing. I would just love to see Eddie Nketiah to score the winning goals in both fixtures. Can you imagine the scenes? Because Arsenal fans have been Daniel Munoz. Uh, um, the Colombian international. We've got two Colombians. One is Jefferson Lerma, but Daniel Munoz on the left hand side. He bombs up there on the left hand side, causes all sorts of scenes to the opponents, and he's Daniel Munoz. It's on both. It's been confirmed because of the amount of yellow cards. He's not injured. It's the amount of yellow cards he's picked up. He misses definitely. Well, unless I read it wrong, but it was a reliable source on Instagram, and it is for both the cup game and on Saturday. So that's two. That's not good for us. But with that said, I just Eddie Nketiah hasn't sort of lit that firework, and I would just love it. I would absolutely love it for him to score not just a winner, but get himself a good handful, a good hat trick against Arsenal. It's just written in the stars out there. There's been an asteroid, a shower recently over the skies, and I'll tell you something. If Eddie Nketiah, when you always get a player going back to the old football club, returning, playing against them, you know what I mean? Couldn't. No, I'm not saying that. No, no. I tell you, that's not Eddie Nketiah back there. He's going to be wearing that shirt, and he's going to score against. No, I'm not taking that. No, you'll see. You'll see Eddie Nketiah. He's been fighting hard for the team, and I tell you something. There, the thing is, do you know what? If I was Oliver Glasner, because he's not starting the matches. He's coming on as a sub at the moment. But with Daniel Munoz, maybe they may be able to shuffle things in there, and he might start. So no, he hasn't. He's been. You haven't seen him. You've got to come to Selhurst Park and watch the work that he does on the pitch. Real talk. They're all putting the shift in there. In any case, he hasn't played it. But having said that, Eddie Nketiah has. I've seen him live, Diego. Direct. I like that, Chase. Look into my eye. I've seen him. He is absolutely. It's been brought in to score goals. I get it. I get it. I get it. And there's always an old saying that when players return to play against their former sides, they kind of are a thorn into the, especially if the manager's there that actually, threw him underneath the bus sort of thing is still there. And Eddie and Ketia, obviously they didn't think that he cut the mustard there. And I mean, Arsenal drawing against who was it? Was it Everton? They drew at the weekend. Actually, that's the whole point of doing this live stream as well. Actually, not just, let me just turn that off because there's no more football on. But it's also a roundup of the weekend fixtures. So I'm not going to go in depth. Yeah, it was 0-0 Everton. That's right. And this is the whole point of doing this little stream there. Yeah, the first match. Let me just make sure there wasn't a fixture on Friday. No, there wasn't. But before I go into it, please hit like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace if you're new. Massive thank you for the chat. It's been on fire this evening. Absolute things. Even if you look back, I was dancing to James Brown, Sex Machine, and singing to it because someone thought it was my birthday and put a super chat. Unbelievable. But it actually gives me an idea to do like a little intro. I don't know. I don't think you can put... No, I think if I put music, I think I'll get copyrighted. But there might be a way to do so in an intro somehow for the 15 seconds. So I don't know. I'll have to find out. Anyway, but this weekend, I don't know what week it is, week fixtures for the Premier League. The first match, it ended... what's going on? Hold on a minute. Oh, hold on, I lost it. Why is it doing that? I haven't lost the live stream, have I? No, it's still there. Okay, don't panic. Oh no, it's not doing it there either. Are we still live? The sound sounds all right. Yeah, we are. I don't know. So, okay, I think it's okay. All right, yeah, no. So, yeah, amazing win at Brighton. Absolutely. Yeah, we always get results there. Whether it's Benteke, Zaha back in the day, Dougie Freeman, famous goals that we've had there. Clinton Morrison back in the day, it is a hunting ground for us, I have to say. And at the moment, Brighton, as well as they are organised, they have gone. They just kept throwing money to Chelsea. They sold their player, a Casido, to Chelsea. They received over 100 mil. Their ex-manager Potter, they're going over there again. They're receiving even more millions. Chelsea was just handing out the millions and millions and millions to Brighton. Unbelievable. The chairman at Brighton, I have to say, I mean, he's picked some good people there to do those deals. I'll tell you much, because if anyone that can bring in 100 mil and millions there and millions there, you can't knock that. But it is what it is. Yeah, Sar's coming into his own. It's taking him some few games. He's starting now. He compensates there well with Jean-Philippe Mateta and Ebrieze. And I think this points out, I'm going to go into it when I talk about Palace. Cut a long story short, Palace not just relying on one player. Like before, it was Elise or Mikel or Wilfried Zaha. Well, the new formation that Oliver Glasner and his staff are bringing to Crystal Palace is that everyone is a star player, whether you're a defender, a midfielder, a winger, or whether you are up top looking to poach a goal. Like in Jean-Philippe Mateta's role as a striker up there. It's not just one person scoring the goals. Everyone has to score. And I just hope that Mark Gahey, please, Uncle Mark Gahey, please stop scoring own goals. Please. Just don't do it. Please don't do it. Please. Anyway, I'm sure he's not doing it on purpose. Oh, my days. Anyway, you were right. Someone mentioned it was... I never felt the rivalry. I think the rivalry between it was you're right. It's between my time from arriving at Crystal Palace. It stems back to the times of when Terry Venables, those sort of periods in the in the in the in in the late 70s and the early 80s. I think it really goes back to those periods, and it was really bad then. Um, and um, it's the seagulls I don't like. It's like wherever you go, never mind Brighton, but anyway, these seagulls are just dangerous. There should be a health warning with seagulls. Um, they they don't just steal your food. They're just annoying, absolutely annoying. Everyone loves an eagle. Real talk. um, it's the A road. It's the A road, and how it all links up down there. Right. Um, Certainly, there's more security when it's Palace versus Brighton, and I haven't been to the Brighton away fixture. Never been able to get a ticket, and I'm not going to go around begging for a ticket. I'm not into that. If I get a ticket, I get a ticket. If I don't, go to a pub. In the old days, or if you have to, damn you, we just listen on the radio. That's how it used to be back in the day. 5-0. Probably AJ was planning that. Andrew Johnson. Yeah. Yeah, I'll pencil that in. I'd love to go and see that one day. But what you have to do is you have to pretend AJ hat trick. I told you there. That's why I say AJ. Um, what a good player there, and I think he left us to go to Fulham as well. Do you remember when Simon Jordan he owned the club at the time when we had AJ, and then they I can't remember who the England manager was at the time, and he picked him and he put him on the wing. Oh my God, Simon Jordan was spitting. You know how Simon Jordan is back in the day. I mean, he's kind of mellowed now. Actually, people don't understand that, but he's mellowed now. He's mostly all talking about boxing with Spencer Oliver and Talksport. Big up to Spencer Oliver stopping outside the Bank of England and doing a selfie with me. I've put that in the post there in my Crystal Palace and in my Diego C. Palace YouTube channel, and yeah, and it's AJ was formidable. He had a bit of Dougie Freeman and a bit of, if I mind me say so, Clinton Morrison all in one. And um, best thing about Brighton is the upside down house. Look, there's a lot of students down there, but the seaside is not what it used to be. The best seaside result in the 80s, if you are still living in the 80s like I am, and the early 90s, I will say, was Margate. You used to go on the train, go to Margate. If you're looking at Kent, Brighton was one to go to. But really, if you're looking around the south coast, I think the best place down there back in the day, in the 80s and the early 90s, I will go for Hastings. You had it's an old fishing ground, fishing town, Hastings. A bit of history, good arcades. You can go in and play your Pac-Man and a Street Fighter in the little arcades. You had the old fishing town on the left hand side. Behind it, you had a cliff, and right at the top, you had a golf course. I used to go playing golf up there once or two times. Um, but uh, yeah, so yeah, I don't know if it's changed. The south coast of the UK has changed a lot recently. But let's not get into politics. We'll be here all night. Um, um, big up to ST. Best thing about Brighton is on the outside that house. Look, there's some seeds down there, but from what I understand, there's a lot of students that go down there. So don't knock the students. Don't blame the students. You know what I mean? Um, we've all got to start somewhere, I suppose. The best thing about Brighton is the Hove. There is quite a bit of history down there. Said there is a lot of it's in the station. Always turn right out of the station, and I better be careful what I'm reading here because it's James Stone writing it down. I might get. But anyway, always turn right out of the station. Okay, but where are you going? And head up over the hill. Oh my God, what hill are you going to? You're going to sort of some little. If you go out into the woods to not anyway, never go straight or down to the top left or the left of the station. Full of there, you see, you know a lot more than I do. So then this, from what you know, there's it's kind of maybe gone down a bit downhill in certain places. It's used to go to the Zal Club twice a month. Oh, so you know the place. Oh, right. So you know if you know the name of the pubs or the you would have in those days would have been the acid raves, or if it wasn't there 1993. I remember the police would be like trying to close down certain raves that would be happening. In those days, if anyone's on the chat, in those days there was no Wi-Fi, there was no mobile phones, but people got together and I remember going to one, Jamestown, and my eardrum was so messed up. It literally took like months, and I'm not exaggerating. We know when you're young anyway. But yeah, my eardrum, like, it took me a long time to recover my eardrum. I don't know where. I must have been. But yeah, no, over the hills, it's the Hove. Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Because I grew up as a Crystal Palace fan, and I used to then say Brighton Hove. I used to say the Albion. I don't know about any other Crystal Palace fans out there, but I always used to call them the Albion. We're not mixing them up, of course, with West Brom and Albion because that's a different club, obviously, in the Midlands. But I always used to call Brighton the Albion. Yeah, it's just easy on the tongue back in the day. People don't say it no more. I don't know. That's just the way that's how I knew it. I prefer Eastbourne. Eastbourne, yeah. Yeah, Eastbourne is more, or Hastings, absolutely. I haven't been to Hastings for a while, for actually more than 10 years. But as a youngster, as I say, I used to know all the arcades in Hastings. I used to know the old fishing ground, as I say, on the left-hand side. Then you got the rock right there in front of the old fishing town, or fishing sort of boats and bits. And then right at the top, you can play your it wasn't crazy golf. It was a little golf course there. Well recommended. I don't even know if the golf course is still there. I expect there are plenty of golf courses in Hastings and near Bournemouth. I expect still. So Ron, listen. This little number in the 90s, that David. It's still living. It's still living in the 90s. You know what? I saw Simon Jordan on Talksport and I thought, you know what? If he could do it, I could do it a little bit there too. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And of course, I'm not at this level of articulating my vocabulary on football when it comes to ownership of football proprietors in respect to what they think about. I'm trying to talk like Simon Jordan about how they don't listen to football fans. Proprietors of football clubs, they never listen to football fans. They stick two fingers at them. Really, they pretend to be listening, but they're like, clear off. Do you know what I mean? We don't listen to you. That's how they are. Proprietors of football clubs, and they are. I am a football fan. I am a real fan, and you are all proprietors, ex-Hyper Jordan, custodians of a football club. Don't make yourself a lordship. Get yourself on the horse. Little canter and thinking you're all the white knights. No, you're not that. And it is what it is. But I've just saw that last comment there by ST, but I'll come up to it in a minute. So you say there, I prefer Eastbourne for Seaside. Yeah, Hasty. So I read that one. like the plague. Yeah, I can't knock the coast. I haven't been there for I would say a good decade now. But if you know, but that neck of the woods, Jamestown, then you'll know about Margate. You would know about the Mary Rose at Margate, and it will go upside down, and then you lose all your chain, if you had any coins on you. The wooden roller coaster that Margate used to have, but apparently it's all gone downhill now, which is sad though. It's just really sad to hear that. But yeah, you're right. This little number here is trying to do a markup and trying to do better than Simon Jordan. Hopefully one day I'll get more views, more viewers than him. Never mind. But he's actually really good, I think, when he talks about boxing with Spencer Oliver. It is quite funny how they throw things at each other on that. But never mind. That's for another day. My rivalry for places for Palace was Wimbledon a few years, yeah, I remember the period when we had to share grounds with, of course, Wimbledon FC before they went and became MK Dons, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. I mean, that's madness to move the club that far, right? But it was allowed in those days. And Charlton, yeah, Charlton fans. The Valley. I went there recently at the Valley, watching the Crystal Palace women under Laura Kaminsky last season in the Championship. And I've done a video on it. It's on there, and the fourth official was just absolutely atrocious, absolutely terrible. How Laura Kaminsky, the Crystal Palace manager, kept her cool on that fourth official. That fourth official was having a go at the Crystal Palace manager, which is Laura Kaminsky, last season at the Valley, and having a go at her because of something that she was doing with the coaching staff in her area. But the fact of the matter is, the Charlton manager and their staff were doing it first, but he didn't knock them out. And he was just on Laura's case. I mean, I was so annoyed about that I actually ignored all the pigeons that were landing on the pitch at the Valley. So if you've been to the Charlton home ground, the Valley, they are they've got a lot of pigeons there. I don't know why it is, but they always get loads of pigeons that land on the pitch as you are playing football, especially if it's a midday kickoff on a weekend. Absolutely. I don't know why, us Charlton fans, but I have worked with Charlton fans, and they're oh my days, let's not go there. Anyway, where was I? Oh, I better catch up with the chats. How do you read all this? Where are we? As you're back in a hat trick, you have done that. See, I don't know. Can I make this bigger? I don't even know. Can I make the window bigger? I'm not even going to try it because I might end up the end of the stream kill it off. But anyway, quickly, the best thing about Brighton is I've done the house. I've done that. Oh my god, I've scrolled too much. Oh yes, Brighton away as well. Charlton, and then it says James Stone says Wimbledon cost. They shared Selhurst. Yeah, I remember the times. I remember going into the other Waystone and you could see the leftovers from. I didn't like that, but if you kept the club financially, we helped Crystal Palace. It is like that. Selhurst, the top flight, and mostly in the second division. Couldn't stand being in the away fans at Selhurst, and Wimbledon numbers giving it large. And how did they? Because of course their club moved up to Milton Keynes, and they allowed it to happen. Can you imagine Crystal Palace being moved from Selhurst or South London up to Milton Keynes? Oh my days! I mean, when the club when nearly went under financially, we all saw the protests in Cheapside in the city of London. Imagine if the club was being moved from South London up to Milton Keynes. It just wouldn't happen. It will all kick off. Anyway, I've lost the thing where we were. And didn't do chart. I didn't do chart and share our ground in the 80s. I wasn't following Palace then. If it was at the early 80s, but the fact that you're mentioning it, I don't know about it. That's making me itch my foot right now because I need to know that. I'm going to Google that. Didn't Charlton share our ground? You know what? It kind of rings a bell, but no. I first experience it, definitely not. But I would say I'm intrigued to find that out because I'm intrigued of like the history of the club. So, and the only way to really to find that about that for real is when you at Selhurst Park and if you run into someone of that the 70s or the 60s eras, they'll tell you like that, and they'll tell you, yep, this type of player play for us, etc. And you learn about the club. But I'm going to research that because I need to find that out. But it does ring a bell. So big up to ST. It has to be this Chelsea fans. So you've gone. He says you've even gone with Simon Jordan's fake tan. Listen, let me tell you something. Listen, nothing fake. What are you talking about? You're talking about fake. Are you a Chelsea fan? Oh my days! Please don't go there. Please don't go there. Before the Ammerbridge era at your club, Chelsea fans wouldn't be found in the woodwork. The moment they started to win things and win and do things in the transfer windows with Marina and Abramovich and all that and company, all these Chelsea fans came out of the woodwork. And I'm not just talking about an antique shop down the King's Road either. That's right, I said it. About fake tan. There's nothing fake about Simon Jordan. If you could, that's not something that I would associate with Simon. He's as direct as you is, and it is you either like him as a ex-football owner, as a person that talks about football, or a person that talks about boxing, or you don't. And but fake, he may have a. Do you remember when he had a pop at Troops back in the day? And that really irritated me because I was thinking, don't go there, don't go there. And it kind of all exploded, and all content creators on YouTube were like in arms. They're all united, all against Simon Jordan. And but what they didn't realize is that what he articulated and what he phrased that against Troops and other people is that it gave him. Then people started to. I mean, they knew him about him, of course, before because of what happened with Palace, but it just gave him that sort of step in. They helped him, and they didn't like him. That's the point I'm trying to make. And if you know, you know. And so it's very articulated in how he comes across. Anyway, Benjamin Brothers, they had a roller coaster. That's right, James Stone, Benjamin Brothers. That's saying you can see it. You come out the train station, and as you come out onto the front of the seaside of it, Margate, you could see it on the right hand side. Benjamin, yeah, and the roller coaster. Oh no! What are you talking about? I see what you're getting at there with your Benjamin bro. Look, let me tell you something. Actually, no, it hurts. When you go down, it hurts. But you gotta see the funny side. Oh, childhood just life. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that aloud because I worked. I'm not gonna say with what, but I know a Charlton fan. I worked with that fan for over 20 years, and I'm not gonna call him that with a P word. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Thames been inbred. Oh my god. You know what? Actually, some of the Charlton fans, if they go back from really back in the day, they'll know the real so-called Arsenal because Arsenal used to be at the Woolwich at Arsenal, and that's just on the right-hand side. Because obviously you've got Deptford, Greenwich, and then you've got Charlton, and then you can go out to the Woolwich at Arsenal. And in the old days, yes, Charlton had a few seasons with us. 85. That's why I don't know. With West Ham in period in 1985 to 1992. Yeah, no, in '85, no, I was too young. I was too young there. Well, I was too young to go to the football on my own. I wasn't allowed. The Sunbelt was the most expensive. It's all natural. It's all direct. Listen, you're asking me to fight Simon Jordan's corner. I don't need to. He can look after himself. I don't need to. What do you mean Jordan is? No, I'm not saying that. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that about Mr. Jordan. It's Mr. Jordan to you. It's Mr. Jordan. Listen, I'll tell you a little story. I came out off the Bank of England, and I looked to right, and then in front there's an underground entrance there to Bank. And as I'm walking past that, Spencer Oliver was just standing there. He was probably waiting for an entourage or something. I don't know if he was waiting for Simon Jordan. I don't know. And I goes, "Are you? Yes, you are." And anyway, so I asked him for a selfie, and as I was filling it out with the phone to do the selfie with Spencer Oliver. I said to him, "Look, just you make sure you look after Simon Jordan. You know, you look after Jordan. I'm a Crystal Palace fan. You look after him when he comes into the boxing scene. Do you know what I mean?" And he goes, "Yeah, yeah." And I said, "Yeah, but I mean, really, I mean it. Just look out for him. Do you know what I mean?" And then Spencer Oliver turned around and he goes, "You know what? No." He's like, "No, he can bloody well." He swore. He's like, "You can bloody well look after himself." Quite frankly, and then we both laughed. It was absolutely brilliant. Yeah, because really, Mr. Jordan doesn't need to be looked after, or he doesn't. He's never. It's not one of those. He can do. He can look after himself. Him and his brother. He definitely can. Real talk. Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't agree with all the stuff that he says sometimes. But I guess he's just set in his way and a lot of nonsense has been said of him, and a lot of people don't actually know the facts. That duel that he had with Eddie Hearn, that was classic. The first one that they ever did with Eddie Hearn. That was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. But they go back anyway. Parish. I knew you was going to say that, James Stone, about Parish being a love child. No, it's not. It's not like that. It's not like that. Oh my, there's an ST smiling at it. There you go. No, there's no need to do into that. Oh my God, this is supposed to be only a half. It's not. Oh dear. Oh, dear. No, it's not the first time I heard it. I mean, I can feel and I can sense that ST is the first time that he's or her or she's heard that. No, it's not like that. I bet your work colleague is a proper. No, it's not. No, I'm gonna fight his corner. No, he's not. No, he doesn't live in. Actually, no, he's actually in the Erith Marshes. Oh my days! Oh my days! You go now. You go places. Now you go places with it mentioning the Erith Marshes. Look, I'll tell you what. That Charlton fan is actually he's well minted actually. So he's not living in. If he's a caravan, he's living in a tier 1 caravan. Real talk. Actually, I haven't contacted them for ages. Yes, the Woolwich Arsenal started as the South London team. That's correct. And the Millwall did not start. What you saying? The Millwall started as a East End. That's correct. If you go into the East Old Docks, that's right. Absolutely. And that's correct. Millwall were not where they are now at the Den. That's not where they started. The old Den or the new Den. They started and that's why whenever you watch the FA Cup draw and both West Ham and Millwall are in it's still in the draw, and I think they still are, aren't they? That's one that I expect both owners of both football clubs and probably the Bobby, if there is any local police, because anyway, let's not go into politics. That's one that they don't want to see match up. West Ham versus Millwall in the cup. Oh my days! Oh my days! That will be scenes. As a group. Why do you have to say Charles Area started as a group of I don't know. Listen, how can you have you seen the hills around the valley? Have you actually, James? Have you actually been? I'm sure you have, but you know the hills. Do you realise that Charlton lies just at the bottom of the Greenwich, of all the hills going up to Greenwich? I tell you something. How are you going to get? You can't get a caravan up and down there. You just can't. I am not going to use that P word on this because I don't know if I might get in trouble. Probably not. I think there's a rule that you can swear, you can use certain words through the live stream, talking it out, but you can't do it at the beginning. I think that's the rule, but I don't know how long do you have to wait. No one tells you anything, and I don't know anyone anyway. Um, anyway, so I need to find that out. But I think you can actually swear. Well, I've seen other content creators swearing, but I think the rule is that I might have to Google it actually, and then just double check it with a content creator out there that I might be able to contact. Pike. Yeah, I nearly said it. Oh my god. No, listen. I don't know we'll lose the wheel caps. My horse is out there, and I'm not losing my horse and my mare to these pie and the set of keys. There, that's how I've said it, so I don't get in trouble. Pie guys. Pie guys. Oh my god. No, I'm not having that talk here. Millwall's the Isle of Dogs. That's right, the Isle of Dogs. And you try and find parking there. And I tell you what, there's an NCP in the Isle of Dogs. Don't use it. Not only because you get your window smashed in, even though it's all the flats out there probably go for millions and millions, but literally, when you go to drive out of that NCP car park, good company, whatever it is, and all that palaver, I do use them. But to drive out of the automated barriers at the Isle of Dogs NCP, if it's still there, I don't know, I've been there for ages. It's probably closed down because NCP closed a lot of the car parks. They sold, the company got bought over. Anyway, but yeah, I don't recommend it. Let's have a look here. Dogs is the dance reference of the Isle of Dogs. Then is the right, I get it. You know what? I never thought of that, but yeah, that makes sense. The Isle of Dogs and the Dens, but as you say, there, Millwall was obviously when it was started off, very close to not close as a friendship, but like literally on top of West Ham United in the East End of in Upton Park. As an away fan, I used to love going to Upton Park. As I said before in different things, if you've ever been to Upton Park, the original West Ham United. I don't know why West Ham fans left that stadium because the atmosphere there as an away fan was living. Even in kickoffs was absolutely the banter you would have with West Ham fans. It was mad. And they used to throw money at us. Although if you didn't wear a hat like this or a woolly hat and a large coin hits you on your head, you would get a bit of claret coming out of you by the time you left the stadium. But the good thing is, if you're a student like I was at the time, as an away Crystal Palace fan going at Upton Park, is that I came off. I think one time it was with £4.60. I was able to fill up nearly half or just over half of the tank on my little motorcycle that I had at the time. Real talk. Yeah. So as a student, it is what it is. But I was supposed to do the conclusion of the Premier League, and I'm talking about pies and Surrey keys. There you go. That's another way to do it. Sorted. You dress like a pie. Listen. This is to show off. This is to show up. Not even Simon Jordan has got with this little number. I've never driven a car in life. Neither have I. I've got a horse out there. Anyway, back to the thing on question. Oh, James, what are you doing to me, James Stone? Oh my days. Right. Yeah. back to the football, he says. We've gone from Hastings. No, we've gone from Brighton to Hastings to Bournemouth to the Isle of Dogs, to the Valley, to the old Woolwich Arsenal. And I tell you, a lot of the Arsenal fans out there wouldn't know where Woolwich Arsenal is in London. And that's so sad that Arsenal fans don't know that. Just get on a bus or get on a car, get in a tab, tell them to take them to the old Woolwich Arsenal and learn something about your own football club. And there you go. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do that one day. I'm going to get myself on a horse, get a video of me on a horse, and that'll be part of an intro. Excuse me. He says, South Coast Monday. Talk about that. It was supposed to be a conclusion of the Premier League fixtures. I don't even know what week it is, because there is a Premier League week 33 or 4. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the first Premier League, I got there in the end. What do you look like in the chat? Oh my days. Oh my God, that was hard work. I haven't had time to eat. I put on the description that it's a watch along and an eat along as well. I've got Italian chocolates here. Got a biscuit tin over there. I don't have time to worth a walk around. Go and see the Thames Barrier too. I actually went there as a kid there back in the day. I don't know if they still have a tour there. But I do know that is a very busy machine right now because of the high tides. If that wasn't in place, there's a lot of places up towards, I would say, from if you ever go to Hammersmith, just walk. It's walking distance from the Hammersmith High Street. Go to the Barclays, and at the Barclays the Barclays on the Hammersmith sort of High Street. Just turn in the side street where the Barclays is, and just walk straight down, and that will take you to I presume it's Hammersmith Bridge, and then it takes you into Barnes, and that area there that floods a lot with the Thames Barrier in situ at the other end of London. If that Thames Barrier wasn't there, I tell you, mate, that bridge will be knocked down because of the water pressure. And if you ever cross that bridge, I've actually done a few videos while I crossed that bridge back in the day on the channel. And if you look down, you can see the water actually coming over the side of the bank. And that's with the Thames Barrier in place. Yeah. I had a sausage, it's a jacket potato. Oh, lovely. Carrots gravy tonight. Oh, do you get any cranberry? Have you already started on the cranberry sauce and the apple sauce? There's some people, I'm terrible at it. I started on the cranberry sauce even before the beginning of December. Terrible. It's like you buy the cranberry sauce for the Christmas dinner, and I'm like, no one's watching. Real talk. Right. Premier League fixtures on the 16th, which was no, it wasn't the 16th. What am I talking about? On Saturday, the 14th. I don't know what day it is. No, I did not start on the cranberry sauce in April. It doesn't last until you can't get cranberry sauce in April. And actually, you can get. You know what I found? You can get like a normal cranberry sauce. You can get a posh one, or you can get a vegan cranberry sauce. It's out there. It's out there. Well recommended. Try this. Try being a vegan between Monday and Wednesday. Between Wednesday midnight, Thursday and Friday, vegetarian, and at the weekend, just go back to old school. Steak and kidney pie at the football with gravy and all that. Try it. Try it. When you sit on your horse, the horse doesn't complain. Real talk. Into my eye, James. It works. No, I tell you, it's good. Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna get it and I'll show it. No, I don't. This is the other thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to show that stuff. I think you're not supposed to. I think if I take the label away, then I might be able to show it. Right, back to the football. Oh my days. Back to it's not the sixth. Today is the sixth. No, it was on Saturday the 14th. Arsenal, who we will be facing twice this week. This is what I'm talking about. I was thinking of doing it. Oh my days, coming up to 2 hours. Right, let's chop. Arsenal versus Everton. It ended Arsenal 0, Everton 0. This is at the Emirates. And big up to you, James Stone. Thank you very much. I'm going to end up now. But the reason why I'm going to talk about Arsenal is because obviously we got them twice here. And the reason why I'm going into it is because of their lineup. Now, Mikel Arteta against Everton. Thank you very much for dropping in, Steve. And James, stay safe. And yeah, keep warm out there. Because I'm hearing reports it's going to snow in the next few weeks. Big up to you, Steve. I'll go into the Arsenal lineup in a minute because Steve's just put in there. You got 2 scores, Porto 2-0 and 1-1 with Fleetwood. And your Kazakhstan, I suppose. Oh, right. Okay, I get it. I thought it was the Kazakhstan League. Predictions on Twitter we used to the exact scores. We did 3 points exact, 2 scores, and 2 exact. Listen, the bookies won't like you going into anywhere near the bookie shop if you're that good. But you are, because I have seen you do the predictions and they come out. And one for a win. I believe it. I believe it. So I'm picking up some bits of how you do it. And that's how I'm getting some of the Scottish Premiership fixtures correct. Right, quickly, just to round off the weekend fixtures. Arsenal 0, Everton 0, and it ended 0-0. It was, of course, at halftime it was 0-0. And Mikel Arteta went with Raya at the back, of course, of the goalkeeper. During Timber, as their right back, Saliba, Gabriel, and Lewis Kelly, the youngster. Excuse me, Lewis Kelly. I don't understand why he doesn't play Partey. Kieran Tierney there. I don't know. I thought Kieran Tierney was a very good. I don't know. Ask Arsenal fans why Arteta doesn't favour Kieran Tierney no more. I don't know. Now we do rounds. If I get more points than him, I will get more. We do only. Oh, right, you do the Kazakhstan. You know what? I was looking on the to see where the fixtures are for that Kazakhstan Premier League, and you don't get it on the. You can't see it on the Premier League, and in the BBC thing. If I went 3-1, Palace and Palace won 2-1, 2-0. I get 2. Oh, I get it, and then I would have got 2 for Bournemouth and West Ham. You got 2 for Bournemouth. Yeah, because you guys went for a draw. I remember when you went Bournemouth and West Ham when we started the stream. I'm sure you said this is what I'm talking about. You called it out right. It was a draw. Many other leagues only accept scores when you're going to Arsenal, Palace at the Emirates as well. Palace on a stadium on Saturday. Oh, right. Are you asking? Is that score? No, I'm not going to the midweek. So I hope to do I've got something on, so I hope to do the watch along on Wednesday. But on the Saturday, yeah, I am going. I can't miss that. I need to do it because it's a match that I need to see my Palace beat Arsenal in the Premier League at home at Selhurst Park, and I think we can do it now, the way we're playing now. And on top of that, it's a big thing for me for the channel because so I've got to do the videos and stuff like that. But on Arsenal versus Everton, the reason why I'm looking at this fixture because it ended 0-0, and Odegaard started alongside with Rice and Merino. Also Saka, Bukayo Saka there with Havertz and Gabriel Martinelli. They're starting there for Arsenal. And for Palace, I think I wonder if he might start with Jorginho against us in the cup, because the thing is, I don't think Mikel Arteta's taken seriously the cup. I don't think he's even taken seriously the Premier League, because I don't think they believe. I'm sure they want to try and win it, but I don't think he generally believes that he can beat Pep Guardiola or the Liverpool side of Arnold Slot for the Premier League. You'd think that he would have that mentality to win, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I think the Arsenal manager will pick a lesser side against my Palace on Wednesday, and he'll probably go with. He probably might start with Jorginho instead of and rest Declan Rice for the Saturday. I just got a hunch. I just got a feeling, and I think that will be important when they face my Palace on Wednesday at the Emirates. Hold on. Right, big up to you, Steve. What you're saying here? With my other, I've done that one. Conference League finish on Thursday. Astana finished their last competitive game after their league ended in November the 10th. Yeah, you mentioned that and then they stopped. It's a good player. Summer football, you don't have to wait for long. Last of the season, teams can still have 6 competitive games after you last league game, but not in August to May. But that means they finish early, so then they finish on the 10th of November. I said it before, Steve. It's got to be because of the weather conditions. They don't think it's practical. It's not viable. If they can just about get the players and the officials to the pitch, they're not going to get any fans. So I presume in those neck of the woods where Stania is, they cut the losses and they have a winter break, and that's why the leagues finish differently. But that's going to mess things up when it comes to European football, I would have thought, because literally when they start any European competition, they've literally finishing or in half stride in their league campaign. Be very rare. Palace, we have 6 competition games left after the last game of the season. If it only be one, is the FA Cup final. It's just one of those. And they must have League Cup competitions as well there. Right. Going to go back here. Mikel Arteta there. I think he won't start with Declan Rice. I think he might start with Jorginho. And he might start with Trossard on Wednesday. And then on Saturday, he might put a stronger squad out there. I just got a feeling there. And watching that match between Arsenal and Everton, it was key how Decore there and Gahi there for Everton kept at bay, in my opinion. And kept quiet, in my opinion, for the first half. Bukayo Saka and Odegaard. And so we've got to do the same as well there. Their attacking players, Saka and Martinelli, if they do start against us on Wednesday, I don't think they will. I think they will do probably on Saturday evening or late afternoon at the Selhurst Park. I just don't think they're taking the cup game seriously. So we've got a good chance on Wednesday. Yeah. In the old days, it used to be the FA Cup final, the last game of the season. But now, of course, you have the FA Cup final and then the UCL final at the last. Yes, you're right. In the old days, it didn't used to be like that. I don't know. I'm looking at that lineup and how Everton kept them to a 0-0. Of course, I could be wrong, but I got a feeling that there won't be a replay. If it's 0-0 at the end of full time on Wednesday, they will go to extra time and penalties. So I don't want to do penalties against Arsenal. If we've got to beat them, we've got to beat them in normal time. And as I say, we've got a player that used to play for them, Eddie Nketiah, and I'd like for Eddie Nketiah to come off the man of the hour against the Arsenal. And it's always a thing about when a player goes back to his old club, and especially to the manager that sort of didn't think he cut the mustard and let him go. Of course, officially they say, "Oh yeah, they're friends and they're well respected," but the fact of the matter is, he didn't think he was good enough to be there, so they got rid of him. And I got a feeling this could then trigger, with the momentum that Oliver Glasner has installed with the Crystal Palace players, in the recent games, of course, just beating Brighton away 3-0, 3-1. I really fancy Crystal Palace to win on Wednesday evening against Arsenal at the Emirates in the Cup. So that's why I'm looking at that formation. I might even go back and watch that game just to be sure. Just a minute. I'm just gonna. Oh, a minute. Gonna blow my nose. I think you can put it on mute. I don't really want to do this because I might lose the sound like last time. Just be a second. Is that mute? I hope you didn't hear that. Sorry about that, but it's probably all that dancing around earlier on. Anyway, quickly. But it ended Arsenal 0, Everton 0. Now, just a quick one into this because I'm interested in the Arsenal lineup, of course, because we got them twice this week. I've been hearing a lot of commentators, a lot of pundits on television and whatever saying, why has Arsenal not got a striker? Well, hello. There's some very good Arsenal content creators out there, and they've been shouting for Arsenal to bring in a striker that can guarantee them between 17 up towards 25 goals a season. And they haven't done so. So there you go. So hopefully we Palace should get something definitely on Wednesday and on Saturday. You know what? I want Palace to get 3 points on Saturday at Selhurst Park. That may put some of the Arsenal fans out of their misery, and precisely the penny drop may drop with them. But then they'll stick. If my Palace, if Crystal Palace, and they should win the cup game, in my opinion. And then if they do if you like, the double and win the 3 points on the Saturday, Arsenal won't get rid of Mikel Arteta because they're keeping him, I suppose, for that Champions League. So we'll have to see. It would help if we get good refereeing decisions as well. Now, that ended Arsenal 0, Everton 0 at the Emirates on Saturday. And of course, they lost ground. How do I go back? I don't know how to do this. Oh, here we go. Right. And then also, another shock of the weekend was Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. the yellow card that Robertson got, even the Liverpool fans, I'm sure every Liverpool fan will think they may be annoyed with that. But I think overall Liverpool 2 against Liverpool 2, Fulham 2. I think that early red card from Robertson, sometimes you think players have to take a card for the team, but I think he didn't need to do it. So, but it is what it is. But he got a red card there, and but of course Fulham started very brightly, going ahead. Early doors with Andres Pereira there. Quite frankly, Andres Pereira in the same minute before, he could have been yellow carded or sent off himself. So the Liverpool fans would have felt aggrieved of that. But of course, and the Liverpool came back with Cody Gakpo, and then Fulham took the lead with Rodrigo Munoz, and then that last goal there by Diogo Jota there towards the end of the match there. And that's absolute scenes there for Liverpool, but they dropped 2 points there, whilst Chelsea are heavily on their shoulder, I suppose. Thoughts on City, man? 2 goals. Yeah, I'm coming to that, Steve. Now it is. Well, no, but that was Sunday. I'm just on Saturday still. Newcastle United 4, Leicester City 0. After half time, I think they scored. Didn't they score all the goals in the first half? No, it was 1-0 at half time. That's right, I remember now. And at half time, Ruud van Nistelrooy must have come out with his players there for the second half at St James's Park, and they just literally, it was just shooting practice for Newcastle United, and bish bash bosh. Shocking defended by Leicester City, and Newcastle United ending 4-0 against Leicester City. That's good for Palace because we need teams around us to drop points. And then the madness, the absolute scenes, and we all saw it, of Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Ipswich Town. Now, there is 2 fights that are going in within Wolverhampton Wanderers as a football club, in the essence of what's going on the pitch and what is going on all around, what's around the pitch. The fans want the owners of Wolverhampton Wanderers to leave, number one. It was absolute scenes that, in effect, Ipswich Town took the early lead, if I'm not mistaken, for an own goal, but the way then Wolves then clawed it back. They clawed it back. I think it was then 1-1, and then right at the end, Ipswich Town, they nicked it, and then what happened after the whistle went is the fight. It's all on TV. The Wolverhampton Wanderers players fighting afterwards with some of the security staff of Ipswich Town. It was madness, absolute scenes. So there was like two matches there, 2 fights there going on the pitch and one after the pitch. But he ended Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Ipswich Town 2. And believe it or not, as a Palace fan, when you're down there anywhere near the bottom 3, decisions don't go for you and tempers are very high up. Also ended at the weekend on Saturday, Nottingham Forest 2, Aston Villa 1. Unal Emery is kind of losing a bit of his mojo, but he's doing well in the Champions League, so it is what it is. But Nottingham Forest fans, oh my days! He had a bit of a glitch, a few games, matches apart there, but I tell you that Anthony Elanga, what a really good goal there. I'm sure he used to play for Manchester United, Anthony Elanga. I could be wrong, but well, anyway, Nottingham Forest, they're doing really well, and where are they in the tables? Yeah, they're 4th, 28 points, solid 28 points. Won the last previous 2. That's what I thought. So they had a little loss spell just before that, but they're up there in 4th place, and having played 16 matches, they're on 28 points. So they've done really well. I better hurry up because I'm using up the time too much here. And but Aston Villa dropping points there and dropping out of the top 6, of course. And quickly, I'm not going to go through all the scores on Saturday, but I always jinx the Scottish Premiership when I do my predictions. And Hibs, I predicted them to win. To win, I think it was 2-0. I think on the night. And what happened? Ross County. I'm sure Ross County scored first. Let me just double check. Yes, they scored early doors within 5 minutes. And I was like, there you go. I've jinxed the Hibs fans again in the Scottish Premiership. And but credit to them, Hibs, they came back and they won 3-1. I'm going to have a quick little, where did they are? Yeah, they've climbed up to 8th place now. They've got a better goal difference than Ross County. So that was like a mid-table, if you like, kind of mid-table duel there between Hibs and Ross County. Ross County scoring early doors, but they came out worse there. And they're still very wide open. Hearts are on 13 points there, and Hibs are on 15 points there. So that's from 12th to up to 8th place. Literally, a match decision. Goals can just easily change that around for them. Quickly, just want to mention, it ended Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. That's right, I said it. I started, so I'll finish. Middlesbrough 1, Millwall 0. And that's what I need to see. I don't want to see Millwall anywhere near the playoffs. Anywhere near the playoffs. They need to go down even further. Good, they've gone down to unlucky 13th place. That's where they need to be. They've lost their last 3 matches. And I have to say, the more that they lose, hopefully we'll get a little discount on a certain young player that Dougie Freeman has been keeping an eye at Millwall. Real talk, we'll get a little discount there. Quickly in the Women's Super League on Saturday, it ended Leicester City Women 1, Chelsea Women 1. Quite frankly, Leicester City Women, with all the injuries that they've had in the beginning of the season, they've done really well there. And Leicester City Women very well deserved their 1-0 lead. But Chelsea, with the squad in there in the second half, I'm sure that, Lucy Bronze assisting up to captain there, and she smashed in there the equaliser for Chelsea. But in all honesty, Leicester City Women had the opportunity to go 2-0 up easily in the first half and early doors in the second half. Chelsea were not at the races. Chelsea women's side were not at the races, and it was not just the first or the only shock result in the WSL at the weekend. Brighton Hove and Albion women 1, Tottenham Hotspur women 1 there. Another result there. Right, now coming to you, Steve, if you're still there. Probably not. Sunday, it ended Brighton Hove and Albion 1, Crystal Palace 3. I've mentioned that before. I think Steve mentioned their thoughts on them. Oh no, Fuse on the Manchester United. I noticed Boxing Day will be halfway through the season. Coming to you, Steve, in a moment. He ended. Let me just go through this quickly. Brighton Hove and Albion 1, Crystal Palace 3. Great victory for Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner, his staff, the players. I'm giving man of the match to Trevor Chavela, the loanee from Chelsea. His quality of ex-Champions League winner. I think he's won it twice. I seriously need to do my homework because I'm pretty sure he's won it twice. But not for Chelsea. Once for Chelsea, one for somebody else. But anyway, very well done. Very well defended Crystal Palace. And the way we all defended. It's just the defending which has been lacking before and not making individual mistakes. Very good there. And I could hear the Crystal Palace away fans there at the Amex, the American Express Stadium at Brighton Hove and Albion. And they brought the 3 points back. Well there, so much to the point that in the second half, the Brighton fans were leaving early for an early fish and chips. Now, Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. This brings to the thoughts. Steve brings it up. Thoughts on City, 2 goals late. Manchester City going ahead in the first half with Kudus controlling it there. In my opinion, in the first half, Doku had Bruno Fernandes in his pocket, real talk, and well-deserved Manchester City. Not by a mile, but they deserved their lead at half-time. And then steadily in the second half, Manchester United are growing. They're learning how, I suppose, Ruben Amorim are trying to introduce a playing formation like very similar to what Oliver Glasner's had to bring in and transform into the Crystal Palace squad in there. Manchester United with Ruben Amorim there, bringing in the players, mixture of youngsters and experience. But in this lineup for Manchester United, Ruben Amorim brought in a Maguire in the middle there with either side of Martinez and De Ligt. And Maguire had a very solid performance. And who said that he couldn't play in a back three? He did a very solid performance there against the likes of a team that included Kevin De Bruyne, Haaland, and Foden there. Just to mention it. So they did very well there, Manchester United, to keep it there at 1-0. And oh my days, Bruno Fernandes, as he's called, his nickname, but Bruno Fernandes there scoring a penalty on 88 minutes, and then that last 90-minute goal there assisted with Lisandro Martinez up top with Amad Diallo, the youngster. What a performance that he did! He did a shift the whole match. Although he was substituted in the end, but yeah, he scored the winner. And did you all see those head clashes? The early yellow cards that Russman Holland got in the first half when he went head to head with Carl Walker, and it's just like a sketch that you see in the Punch and Judy sort of thing. It's absolute scenes. Carl Walker there putting his head towards Russman Holland. Russman Holland, of course, it's taller than Walker, and then Walker diving on the floor, and they're all tweeting at each other on X, on Twitter afterwards, having a pop at each other. But it ended Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. There's a growing belief within the Manchester United players, responding to the new way that the new manager is asking them to play. And secondly, of course, Rashford didn't feature. Rashford, could I get there in the end? Rashford didn't feature. He wasn't even in the bench. There's a lot of talk today from Manchester United content creators out there and from the media that it could be that Rashford Marcus Rashford may be looking to leave in January. Who's going to afford his wages? I think he's on like £350,000 a week or £325,000 a week. And how long is his contract? I mean, who's going to take that on? They might have to sell him real cheap, and then get the club who's buying them compensate them. Even Anthony as well. So there's a few there that may be looking to leave, but on the wages that they're on. As an outsider looking into that, someone at Manchester United gave Marcus Rashford his contract. Somebody did. It wasn't just given to him. Somebody made that decision. I think that's the point I'm making on that one. I don't know if that makes sense. Also, it ended Chelsea 2, Brentford 1. Chelsea going from strength to strength. What a performance there by the Chelsea players there. Brentford did have their opportunities, And as I said to people, a lot of people did say that the Chelsea player of the match was Mark Cucurella, who actually got himself sent off. He's just a wind-up merchant. I just don't like him. And he does. If he puts away this wind-up merchant attitude as he plays, whether he's playing or whether he's after the whistle, to get sent off after the whistle's been blown, it just proves what a wind-up merchant he is. But actually, as a technical player, he's actually very good, but he doesn't need it. For me, the player of the match there, I would have thought was Sanchez, which is the goalkeeper at Chelsea, because when they were 1-0 up against Brentford, 1-0 up, in my opinion, Brentford had opportunities, and at the same time, Nicholas Jackson was missing sitters after sitters. Madueke was also not able to get his end product at 1-0 to Chelsea over Brentford, and Sanchez did very crucial saves at the end of the first half and at the beginning of the second half. So I think that's why he should be man of the match. But he ended with Nicholas Jackson there scoring in the 80th minute, and then of course Brentford pulling one back there right at the end of the match. My eyes are closed, I'm so tired. And also, so that ended Chelsea 2, Brentford 1, and I think the player of the match there was what do you call it? The goalkeeper for Chelsea, because of the crucial saves that he did when they were just winning 1-0 against Brentford. I hope that makes sense, because under Thomas Frank, of course, he was rumoured to be taken over before Ruben Amorim took over at Manchester United. He's a very good organiser of players, Thomas Frank, and they nearly got some points out of that. But he ended Chelsea 2, Brentford 1. Oh, big up to you, Steve. I'm coming to good evening, or I should say nearly good morning. Big up to you, Rich, at the United TV. Yeah, just keep it up. I'm just doing a conclusion on the fixtures, but my eyes are closing, and need to go and feed my horse out there. I don't know, it's been a mad stream. They've got me, this chat has got me dancing at one point. I was dancing to James Brown. I don't know, it's mad. I don't know why we're doing this. No one gives you a manual. Big up to you, Rich, from the United TV. Please go and check out his channel. He's absolutely amazing there, with the debates and whatnots. I'm not going to go into it. If you're in the chat, if you're watching on playback, please go and subscribe to United TV. It's brilliant over there. And I mentioned your Manchester United and Manchester City, of course, ending 1-0 against Manchester United. I don't know if you heard it, but I think the mannerism of how Ruben Amorim is introducing a new style of football at your football club, there is an ethic of what is expected, I expect, on the pitch and also in training. Is instilling something in those players back to basics. I think he's trying to do, in essence, what Oliver Glasner has had to do at Crystal Palace. New formation, new format of how you make your players play a different formation from a defensive mode into a transition into attacking mode. And you don't learn that like that, but you need to fit that in between the mold of the squad in there, between the squad that you have a playable. I think Ruben Amorim is doing that now with Manchester United players there. If there are some that are causing a few frictions or trouble, he's putting them aside and he's saying to them, look, I'm going to play the players. If you want to come back in, you have to do what everybody else is doing. It's not because I say so. Well, it is really, but you need to do what everybody else is doing in training. And he's doing that with certain players, if that's what it's meant to be. I think also what's occurring there is he's kind of resetting it to the players that are the worldwide of brand of Manchester United, and that is that the players that go in there, they haven't made it until they leave as silverware. That I presume at the levels of Manchester United, the Premier League, and getting to Champions League finals. The players that Ruben Amorim has had to inherit, A lot of them, I wouldn't have them at my Palace, quite frankly. Certainly not on the wages that they're on. No way. Well, we couldn't afford it anyway. But yes, big up to you, Rich. He says, cheers, mate. And yes, it was a very good win. I think it wasn't so much the way that you conceded that first goal in the first half. I have said it earlier on. I think Doku had the advantage. Kind of ran himself into the ground, but he did do a few numbers over your Bruno Fernandes. But credit to your captain, to your players. They kept fighting. They kept believing in the formation and the idea of Ruben Amorim, and they stuck it out. They got themselves a penalty right at the end. They didn't just get themselves a penalty. Bruno Fernandes didn't bottle it. And there's a lot of Manchester United fans out there, a lot of content creators out there that have thrown Bruno Fernandes, that have thrown Rushman Holland underneath the bus last season and even this season. And I think in respect to, for example, Rushman Holland, he plays in the formation that Ruben Amorim is now introducing for Manchester United. He plays of those formations where he used to play before and where he plays for his national side for Denmark. I noticed that when I was watching Joe Anderson when he played for Crystal Palace, and I've told Manchester United fans out there last season and this season, stop chucking him in underneath the bus. Just get him fully fit and give him the damn service. The man knows where the goal's at. As an outsider looking in, it's just a no-brainer. But a lot of Manchester United fans are throwing certain players underneath the bus, and I'm thinking, you keep doing that, and it doesn't make sense from the outside looking in, because my Palace will be looking. Well, we can't get 6 points off you lot again. We've already got a draw off you. We'll be looking to get another 3 points, but it's you are turning corners there and producing good results there. And that goal there by Amad Diallo right at the end, but he deserved that because of the effort and the performance that he did throughout the 90 minutes. And if you saw at the end, Kobe Mainoo turning him around towards the camera and making sure everyone knew his surname. Everyone knows about Diallo. Amad Diallo there, very mature performance throughout the 90 minutes, although he was substituted towards the end. But what a very well taken goal there. And those are the type of performances that that can change seasons. But make no mistake about it, there's still a lot of work I expect that Ruben Amorim will feel that he needs to do with the current squad in depth that he has. Because, mate, no mistake about it, in the next transfer window, the one after, there's going to be players that they will try and shift out. My worry as a Crystal Palace fan is they might come in for players like Mark Gahey. No disrespect to Newcastle United fans out there, but had it been Manchester United like how it is now, under a very good coach, a very good manager, in my opinion, of Ruben Amorim, coming in for someone like Mark Gahey, hitting the claws, something like that, he's not going to think twice and we're going to lose him. And I just hope we don't lose too many of our good players in January. But I think for Manchester United to do something like that, I think they've got to, for the fair play, I think they do have to get a few people off the books. But it ended Manchester City 1, Manchester United 2. So big up to you, Rich, and any other Manchester United fans out there. I did the Chelsea one, Southampton 0, Tottenham Hotspur 5. They hot and cold Tottenham Hotspur. I wish my Palace could play Tottenham Hotspur every day of the week because we always beat them, and we did so earlier on in the season. But oh my days, the only thing I didn't understand, okay, St Mary's, and when you're at the bottom of the Premier League or in the bottom three, and I have been there as a Palace fan, it's hard, it's hurtful, it's difficult to watch your players try things or try not to do things and nothing kicks off. But Southampton, I mean, I think Maddison scored within 45 seconds or 42 seconds. It probably wasn't even that. And Maddison there, of course, doing his very famous, I'm going to go into this because I'm going to bring this point up. They were 5-0 up and they were picking up yellow cards during that match, the Tottenham Hotspur, and they've got injuries. Angus Postecoglou must have been thinking, why are we picking up yellow cards? And when we're so in control of the game, and because that's going to affect their availability of players. As an example, Daniel Munoz for Crystal Palace is not going to be available because of the amount of yellow cards that he's unfortunately been given by dodgy referees, suspect referees. No doubt, these referees are probably all Chelsea fans or Manchester United fans, no doubt, because they always book the Crystal Palace players. But anyway, going back to this match, all these yellow cards, Daniel Munoz, he's not available against Arsenal in the League Cup or at the weekend in the Premier League. Now, for example, Tottenham Hotspur, of course, winning 5-0. I call them the hot and cold club because you just don't know what you're going to get from them weekend to weekend. I haven't keep tabs on Tottenham Hotspur, but yeah, they're only on 23 points. Come on, Palace. Come on. We took him to task. We had all their players in our pockets when we beat them. Crystal Palace men players, I know you don't watch this probably, but if you are, you're better than the Tottenham Hotspur squad in depth. Let's get up to 10th place. Let's finish above Tottenham Hotspur. You can do it. Let's finish above, no disrespect, against Newcastle United, and let's finish above Manchester United. We've already got a point of Manchester United this season. Come on. I'm going to get in trouble. I hope I don't lose subscribers from saying that. But it's the truth. That was on Friday. And quickly, in the Women's Super League, the Barclays Super League, it ended Everton Women 2. This was the shock of the weekend in the Women's Super League. Everton Women 2, Manchester City 1, and that ended. That was a shocker because even with the injuries of Vivian, who's now from Arsenal, now on the Manchester City books, they've got players. Look at the lineup that Manchester City's got. Oh my days! And Gareth Taylor there, of course, the Manchester City manager there. If he's looking to catch Chelsea, is going around a bad way. And now Arsenal have fully appointed their manager at Arsenal for the women's side, and women Chelsea dropping points, but Manchester City won. Sorry, I should say this again. I've lost it. Where is it? Sorry, Everton. He ended Everton women 2, Manchester City 1. I think that was a major shock. I didn't see that one coming. I wanted, as a Crystal Palace fan, because Everton was towards the bottom of the table, I wanted them to drop points even more and get a worse goal difference. But Manchester City, both the women's side and the men's side, just having a bad day at the office, like a seriously bad day at the office at the weekend. Oh my days. Oh, 1 minute. I'll better quickly press this, otherwise I'm going to lose the live stream. I don't know why it does that. It's so annoying. Am I still live? I better hurry up. Oh my God, it's gone over 2 hours and a half. Right, quickly, in the Barclays Women's Super League, Everton 2, Manchester City Women 1, Aston Villa Women 3, West Ham United Women 1, Aston Villa, Leon, they're scoring there. I wonder, I'm just being nosy here of the lineups for the Aston Villa. Yeah, Nob starting there. I've always said when Nob starts for Aston Villa, of course, ex-Arsenal player, ex-Lioness up there playing alongside, and Daly's playing up there top now. Of course, they spend big money on their signing of Nunes, and they literally Rachel Daly, they're now playing up top there for Aston Villa, and that's what they should really play her up there. But I'm not surprised to see them getting 3 points there against West Ham United Women. Crystal Palace Women 0, Manchester United Women 1. My heart still feeling it for Laura Kaminsky, the Crystal Palace manager, her staff, and her players. Amy Everett, the Crystal Palace women's captain. They did ever so well against the Manchester United women in that first half. They kept the a brilliant shape in the defensive setup. Oh my days, did the Crystal Palace women put up a shift there against the Manchester United women's side. Of course, their captain Laetitia there. Mark Skinner, the manager for Manchester United women, he set up that team exactly the same as he did the previous Sunday when Manchester United women beat Liverpool women 4-0, and against Crystal Palace, against Laura Kaminski's side at home. Um, um, Actually, I was absolutely over the moon to see Haley Nolan, the Republic international and Crystal Palace defender, starting there alongside Amy Everett, there, the ex-England international. She still should be picked for England quite now, but they don't. Um, and then alongside there on our left back is the Welsh international Woodham there. She was strapped. One of her legs was really strapped up there. I thought she was all right. Hope she's all right. But um, but the shift that the Crystal Palace women did for the whole of the first half, and I thought at times we did have an opportunity to get the 3 points off the Manchester United women, certainly keep it at 0-0 at half time, and right in added extra time at the end of the first half, just a lack of concentration, little mistake there, but against squad in depth and very international women football players that Manchester United have playing for Mark Skinner there. We gifted them, the Crystal Palace women. Unfortunately, they gifted Manchester United a goal, and they scored a goal in late of the at the end of the first half. I think it was Clinton who scored there for Manchester United women there, and absolutely painful to see that go in because of the hard work that the Crystal Palace women. But what did I see in the second half from the response of Crystal Palace women there? Molly May Sharp came on for India Riley there to give us that extra attacking press there. Molly May Sharp, she was. If you didn't know, she was voted as the player of our successful championship campaign last year when they won the championship in the Barclays Championship. Molly Maysharp was voted our best player. I voted for Haley Nolan, the Republic international defender. I thought she was absolutely outstanding throughout the beginning and throughout the middle bit at the end of the season. Haley Nolan, I thought she was absolutely brilliant. And but anyway, going back to it, what I'm trying to get land on this is the effort after going a goal down late first half. In the second half, the Crystal Palace women don't give up on each other. They kept fighting and fighting to try, and we had opportunities on goal. Stengel there, of course, was substituted by Worden coming on and Larkin School coming on for Annabelle Blanchard as well. And also Lexi Potter there, the loanee from Chelsea there, putting a shift there. Of course, in the second half, keeping Manchester United women at bay, not scoring any further goals. But I think there's two things that I saw. They don't give up on each other. They don't give up. Was probably three things, but they don't give up each other, and they don't give up playing for Laura Kaminski. I saw that in that second half, and that gives me strength to watch the Crystal Palace women fighting. We're at the bottom of the WSL, but the second thing that I thought was massive by the Crystal Palace women was watching clips that you can see on Palace TV on the official webpage of the Crystal Palace women at the end of the match doing selfies and signatures with the home crowd and the travelling Manchester United crowd there. After a match like that, the way that they dropped the 3 points or they dropped the points to Manchester United women, that's a big heart. It takes a big heart. I expect professionalism by the Crystal Palace women to do those signatures, those selfies at the end of the match. And credit to them. All I say to Laura Kaminski, her staff, and the Crystal Palace women players, keep working hard and training, keep fighting, and the results will come in. I'm going to have a look at the table. It's going to hurt to look at it. Yeah, the Crystal Palace women, they've played 10. We're on 5 points. But Leicester City women are up there in 11th place with having played 10 on 6 points. West Ham United women are on 8 points. Everton women are on 9 points, the same as Liverpool women. So it's I am in no doubt. I am in no doubt that the Crystal Palace women will prevail, and they'll keep on fighting for each other and their manager, and the results will start picking up. A few draws here and a few away victories as well. So good luck to them in their next week training. Liverpool women 0, Arsenal women 1. Of course, now everyone knows that Rennie Sledgers was finally appointed as the Arsenal manager, and they won 1-0 away at Liverpool, and it was Russo. Yeah, she did score. Yeah, she scored the goal in in early doors in the match, and Arsenal women they're not scoring lots of goals, but they are getting the results in and climbing up the league. Right, quickly now for Sunday. Oh my God, my back is killing me. Where was I? No, that was Sunday. Yeah, of course that was Sunday, and it was weird because basically the Crystal Palace Ben versus Brighton kicked off at 2 p.m. on Sunday, and also on Sunday at 2 p.m. Crystal Palace women were playing at home against Manchester United women. I did a watch along for that. Please go and check that out, and if you can. Please give it a like and subscribe to that if you're new to the channel on that. That was kind of a mad one there because I was trying to keep an eye on two things, and I was just focusing on the Crystal Palace women fixture, and I was, as I say, my heart was hurting for them when they let that goal in late in the first half against Manchester United women's side, but the fight they don't stop fighting. So I know they'll get the points in. I know they will. It's a tough time for them in the season, but they'll pull through. They're a strong bunch, and they keep fighting for the manager, Laura Kaminsky. Now, the last fixture that happened in the Premier League, of course, was today, and it was Bournemouth versus West Ham United. Bournemouth, it was all Bournemouth in my opinion, although in the first half, both sides did hit the woodwork, and for me, Bournemouth were better in the first half and into the second half. But then there you have a player that Manchester United fans threw underneath the bus. Wan-Bissaka run down on the flank, crossing the ball in, and the penalty area. One of the Bournemouth players was playing basketball with his hand with the football, and of course West Ham United were awarded a penalty on the 87 minutes, 88 minutes. Lucas Paqueta stepped up and he scored a very confident penalty. Lucas scored that very good goal, and just see the game out. Just see the game out, and they didn't. And on the 90th minute, oh my days, how do you go from a free kick like that and NS Unal? That's a contender of a goal for the month. It could be in the hat for the equaliser for Bournemouth. But I have to say, as an outsider looking in, I can absolutely understand how Areola will be looking at that as the Bournemouth manager or as any manager, and looking at how VAR were awarded that penalty. I suppose the officials would say, look, we've got a rule book here on this hand, we've got a TV screen on that hand, and with my nose, I'm looking at the screen and I'm thinking, I've got to make a decision here. But as a manager, the Bournemouth manager, Areola, would have been like, what's going on here? How is that a penalty? But it was given. And it was given because of VAR, as I read it. I mean, I could be wrong. I think they're the ones that stamped it. And anyway, it's absolutely. I think that's the debate, but there's still a lot of pressure on Lopetegui. I can't pronounce his name. Lopetegui. It's a long evening, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of pressure on managers, of course, towards the end, at the bottom of the league there. And just quickly there, I'll end it on this: the bottom half of the Premier League: Southampton on 5 points, Wolverhampton Wanderers on 9 points, Ipswich Town on 12 points. They're the bottom three, and then above Ipswich Town, you've got Leicester City with 14 points, having played 16 games. Everton on 15 points, having played 15, are also on 15 points, I should say. The reason Everton are on 15, having played 15, is because the match against Liverpool was cancelled because last weekend or the weekend before because of that big storm. So they haven't played that. I think it was at Goodison Park. Excuse me, I don't think it was at Anfield. So that match is still to play in the Premier League. Everton versus Liverpool. The Merseyside derby, whether it's at Goodison Park or Anfield, I don't think that one you can really call either way. It is what it is, especially if now Everton are starting to they've drawn their last game against Arsenal, who bottled it, who could have made grounds on Liverpool there, but and they won the previous game to that as well. So, and just above Everton on 15th place, there is Crystal Palace. We've played 16 and we've got 16 points. Let's keep it to the games played versus the amount of points we've got. Keep it there, and all you need is a few goals here and there, get a few away wins there, here and there extra, and we can get the beach towels out of the linen cupboard. Come on, Crystal Palace, man. Let's climb up the lead. And above us is West Ham United on 19 points. So they've picked up a point. But Crystal Palace are only... and then Manchester United are on 22 points and Newcastle United on 23, upwards Brentford and Tottenham, who are also on 23 points. Brighton, having lost to Crystal Palace, they dropped to 9th place, having played 16. They're on 24 points with a goal difference of 1. Fulham on the same goal difference, also on the same points, just above them. Aston Villa dropping into the 7th place out of Europe. Bournemouth climbing there with that point up to 6th place. Only 2 points off Manchester City. But they deserve that because, I mean, certainly when they played against Manchester City, Bournemouth, they deserve those 3 points. Right, big up to you, Steve, if you're still there and anyone there. Thing is, Manchester City has lost good players. Thing is, Manchester City has lost good players. Rodri, they need to replace Rodri. It's as simple as that. I just hope that them coming for Adam Walton. Oh my God. If my Crystal Palace lose Adam Walton, Ebrieze, Mark Gahey in the January transfer window, I'm going to lose my head. I'm going to lose my mind, literally. I mean, there'll be extra cash there, no doubt. But real talk, I'll tell you something. If we lose all those players in the January transfer window, oh man, my head's gonna hurt. My head is gonna hurt. But there you go. Right. Hopefully fair play. But hold on, what did you say? So things at Manchester have lost a good players. Imagine if Haaland played in Manchester City in 2018, 100 points could have got more. Yeah, absolutely. Haaland has made a difference, but at the moment he's just not been able to get he's not been able to get clinical. Sometimes when I see Erling Haaland now play for Manchester City, certainly this season, he's like overthinking it, overplaying it, and it's not like him to do that because he's he's not human. I'm sure he's not human. He's like, I don't know, he was constructed by AI or something. But he's a formidable striker up there. And all I say to people is don't discount Pep Guardiola because there's a January transfer window soon to come. And I'm going to be nosy. Who they got next? Quickly. Before, oh my God, this is getting too long. Coming up to 3 hours, so then they said, let's quickly. I'll stop on 3 hours. They've got Aston Villa away, and then they've got Everton, and they've got Leicester City. If ever Pep Guardiola needed a run of games to turn things around, it probably is now, here in December. I don't know if there's Champions League or other cup games sandwiched between those games. I don't know, because I'm not a Manchester City fan. I expect that there is. But certainly Manchester City have got their next fixture next Saturday is Aston Villa, and then they've got a Thursday kickoff, 26th of course, and then day before the New Year or 29th against Leicester City. So there's 9 points there. And let me have a quick look now that I'm doing this. I've got 10 minutes. I'll finish off at 3 hours streaming. I'm 2 hours and 50 minutes. Now, if I go back to the table, so that incomes. Oh God, what are you doing, man? Right, football tables. I'm going to go into Liverpool. What fixtures they've got now? Right, they've got League Cups. No, I'm talking about Premier League. They've got Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, I thought that. Tottenham Hotspur next Sunday. They've got Leicester City and West Ham United. So I can see Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool will beat Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur are not going to beat Liverpool. I'm sorry. I know they got 5 goals against Southampton, but I know it's at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. But Liverpool will get that. So I can see that Liverpool getting 9 points there. Now, Arsenal have got Crystal Palace on Saturday, and I think on Wednesday. I'll do some sort of information about that. But I think he's going to do a lesser, stronger side in the cup against us, and in the league he might play Declan Rice. I'm hopeful that he starts with. I hope he benches Declan Rice on Wednesday evening. Please hit a like and subscribe at Diego C. Palace. I'm going to wrap it up there. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone in the chat. The chat's been absolutely scenes today. They've even got me dancing to James Brown, the Sex Machine, and it was absolute scenes. But big up to Steve RFC, big up to United TV, to Rich there from United TV. Please go and subscribe to their channel. They do a lot of debates there and a lot of madness of content there. I can't deny it. At United TV. Please go and check them out. Also, a massive thank you to James Stone. Thank you very much for dropping in. We went all the way around, talking around from Hastings, Bournemouth, Brighton, to the Isle of Dogs, to Charlton's. I'm not going to say what he called them. I think that's a bit over. I don't know if I'm getting. I mean, I don't mind saying it, but I don't want to say it and then get copyrighted. So I don't know. I'll get in trouble. I don't know how it works. I need to find out what words you can say at what time and what you can't. I don't know. Anyway, and so a big up to STE, to Steph. Oh my days. He dropped in I think it was £4.99 super chat. He was my first super chat person there. And also a massive thank you to Aditya Maharajan, who I believe is a Chelsea fan there. And a massive thank you to Damo118. That smile of his icon always brings a smile to the chat. Big up to Damo11. Damo1168, absolute legend. And also, I think that is about it. Yeah, I can see the super chat there, $4.99. Thank you very much, ST. I'm sure you're not there still. Wishing me happy birthday. It's not my happy birthday. It's all kicking off. Everyone thought it was my birthday. It was absolute scenes. I ended up dancing to James Brown's Sex Machine. there. Right, I've done a watch along there for the second half of Bournemouth 1, West Ham United 1, and also done a recap of the weekend fixtures where my Crystal Palace men's side won 3-1 away at Brighton. The Crystal Palace away fans were absolutely, and they are, of course, the best fans in the world. Those Crystal Palace away fans at the Amex or the American Express Stadium, home of Brighton, home and Albion, where Crystal Palace won 3, and Brighton fans left early to go and get some fish and chips, and they actually didn't score a goal because we scored their goal. It was another Mark Gahey own goal. Mark Gahey, Uncle Mark, por favor, please, Mark Gahey, stop scoring own goals, please. I know you're not doing it on purpose. I'm just saying, please, no more own goals. Crystal Palace men winning, well momentum, good momentum, build-up play from the transition of defence to attacking mode with the new formation that Oliver Glasner has installed in the squad in depth that he's got available at Crystal Palace. I have confirmed, I hope I'm right in saying, Daniel Munoz is ineligible because of the amount of yellow cards. He's not going to be playing against Arsenal on Wednesday in the Cup, and he's not going to be playing against Arsenal on Saturday evening or 5:30 kickoff at Selhurst in the Premier League against Arsenal. So, but I'm hopeful that we can win both games. I'm looking forward to it. I hope that we can prevail. And also, the Crystal Palace women, we lost 1-0 against Manchester United women at home. I think for the spirit, for the not giving up, for the desire that those players have for each other, for the way they want to keep fighting and fighting for each other, and for the manager, Laura Kaminsky, the Crystal Palace women, they will get the points coming in and they will go up that table. It's a tough time for them and I'm rooting for them. I'm in their corner. When they conceded that goal at the end of that first half against Manchester United women, my heart sank for them. But that performance in the second half to keep it at 1-0, that tells you something. That tells you volumes. That they will keep fighting for each other and they will make amends in training and keep pushing levels. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Please stay safe out there. And if you're watching on playback, please subscribe at Diego C. Palace, trying to very close to 1.5k. I'm on my way to 2,000 subscribers. And of course, if you can, please drop a like. And if you can, share it to let people know that I'm doing watch-alongs and whatnot. Thank you very much for watching. I'm off for a little drink, a little Horlicks or something before I go to rest. And I'll try and do a watch-along tomorrow. I don't know, is any... it's the Women's Champions League tomorrow. Chelsea women are... Oh, my days, I have to cover that. The Colombian Casado up against the Chelsea women in the Champions League. Of course, Chelsea women as team have never won the Champions League. I think that's the only title that they haven't won. I mean, what a record to have. So it's a massive game there. And at the moment in Group B in the Champions League for the women there, Chelsea are top with 15 points and Real Madrid dropping points early doors in the competition. They're only on 12 points. So a massive, I'm going to do the watch along for that. If I can get the time to squeeze that to get in there, I'll try to do a watch along for Real Madrid. El fútbol femenino entre la Real Madrid contra el equipo de Chelsea femenino en la competición de la Champions League. I'll do it. So I'll do it half in Spanish and half in English. There you go, for any of you in those cheap seats at the back. Celtic women are also performing tomorrow. Definitely, I'll try and do that. There is no Premier League or anything else there. Okay, I was not going to do anything tomorrow with respect to that, but I will do that on. Well, it's nearly tomorrow. It is nearly Tuesday now. Wednesday, it is of course the League Cup. Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, where we're going to be victorious. Eddie Nketiah, I'll finish it on this. Eddie Nketiah to score not only the winning goal, but score a hat-trick at the Emirates against Arsenal. I said it here. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Thank you.